And now we're recording too for
I
YouTube.
did that intentionally.
Well, it's good you reminded me now and not later, because that would have been really awkward later to have to. Well, I guess I could just get the VOD. It wouldn't be the end of the world. Anyway.
Can't believe that's going the highlight reel.
Quick, viewers.
Or bloopers.
Viewers that are listening, how's the sound quality of everybody? Let's go one by one through our group of adventurers. Copse, sound check. You've already oh, okay,
He's
that's a great
fucking
sound
died.
check. Elizabeth, TTS check.
Greetings, 'tis I, Elizabeth.
Nice.
Num num num.
And Nikolai.
Hello.
And our last but newest character, Zeeby.
¿Dónde estás los
Los what?
Lost.
Los dungeons?
Carefully.
Los dungeons.
I don't know if anybody is listening just yet, but if you are listening, can you let me know how they sounded? If you're not listening, that's okay.
I
too.
listened.
It all sounded good. Okay.
I believe so, yeah.
Alright, then let me pull up our map. I accidentally had a thing on that is totally not a spoiler for the rest of the stream, but it's fine.
I wasn't paying
I
attention.
did not see.
I know, you guys would
You
never
stream?
cheat. As a quick aside from our last one, before we get into it, you'll note on the map I actually mapped out the roads of importance in the east to go places this time. I assume you guys, you were just at a library, you probably found maps that actually detailed that stuff, so you wrote them down. Let's real fast go over our previous session. And then after that, we'll introduce new characters. So, our last session, I don't trust you guys to recap it, I'm gonna be honest. I should just write like a TTS thing for Arkent to read. When we last left off. Let's see, on our previous session, you all went and met.
Wait. Can I get my test? Get some XP points while catch
Oh yeah,
up?
it's his test.
Fine, you can have it.
I told him there'd be a test on it.
That's fine. Alright,
Shit.
recap the last session. Go.
Oh, dude, that's fucked up, man.
What?
You just asked for it. Do you want the XP or no?
I gotcha. So,
Jordan.
you know what? The only thing I didn't really, if I recall correctly, that the professor was what was it? Doofazar? Is that
What?
correct? Or
I don't know. This is the
Uther.
easiest
No,
part of the test.
fuck, it's like Uther. No, fuck, I
Mhm.
wrote it down there. I think
You wrote it down
He
too.
wrote notes.
I
He
wrote notes.
notes.
The government and monarchy. We
Professor
started in night, or at
Doofus.
least you guys started in the Nightfall University.
Num num num.
Yeah, that. I got a little bit of like what you guys' lore and stuff is at, but I won't know that personally in game.
Don't have
We
to
heard
go over all
about-
that. Yep.
You guys have the prophecy of the flame shield, if I do remember correctly,
Prophecy of what?
and the flame shield.
Huh?
Sorry. First off,
Oh,
sorry.
wait.
While you were inside, sorry. I think I'm going a little ahead in a sense. But you guys, you guys gotta find the monarch weapons, start the prophecies early, because otherwise the university will be defunded. Stuff along that line, as well as you met, that guy with the weird goatee.
Dr.
When you
Darius?
guys, yes, that one. When you went to the new town, you went straight to the library. You guys went into the unrestricted access section with the recommendation of the professor. There you guys looked around, didn't pay attention to candles, torch went ablaze, while also there was some robbers, or sorry, they're from the I didn't call the badge.
They
remember
never,
there was
they
a
never
badge.
got the name.
We
of the
don't
badge.
know.
They did not ask questions. They were just like, all right, we're out.
Oh, okay. Well, you guys got the badge and remember the icon at least. That's the minimum, but you guys don't know where the actual logo or emblem is from. There was some Arkent lore with the character in a sense. I don't think the full party knows that entirely. But otherwise, it was just more of that, and you guys did get prophecies of the history of the king as well as the. That's where I put in. I believe it was the flame shield, but you guys are making me second guess myself because I thought I remember
There's
that.
no shield that
There
I
was
am
no
aware of.
discussion of flames nor shields, but I appreciate you trying.
I thought I heard a flame shield.
That's alright.
okay. That's right.
Fail RP, fail RP. No, I'm kidding.
I'll give you the point. You can mark an XP for remembering enough. A couple things you missed. You guys did stop at a town along the way and raided graves, and that has been called out by a town
that is
crier
true.
at the end of the last session.
That is true. You guys did go to the grave. Boat straight off the bat failed her roll. Then Arkent passed his roll, but then got found the second time, and you guys just like, okay, you do this. And yeah,
the other part is that Derek, aka Copse, tried to murder Dr. Darius when they met. And
yep, that too. And got punched in the face multiple
Elizabeth,
times.
get off my board. Get out of here. Arkent was here. Very nice. Alright. Yep. I mean,
Only
that's,
one
that's
or
good
two
enough.
XP?
One
Come
XP.
on.
Take your one.
Ah, you son of a bitch.
You want more XP? You show up to the session, huh?
Damn!
I'm here.
He's here. I think you got just about everything of importance.
Alright.
That and you know what? We'll just go ahead from there. If you want to remember more about it, go listen to it again. That's fine too. Elizabeth displays Ice and Storm autobiography of Berlin Toto. Yes, you guys got the book about the first monarch. And I think you got a couple other books of importance. There was something I wanted to say to Boat at the start of this session. You got a book titled... What was the title?
Gods and You, the 4th edition.
Alright. And you know that your god's name was mentioned in there. Your god who goes by the name Hjalmar, I believe it is.
Hjalmar.
Hjalmar. My bad. Given some time, I think you said you read a little bit of it overnight before going to bed. I will tell you what you found in there is not as much as you were hoping. It was not the treasure trove of knowledge you were craving.
Right.
What you found was more or less the mention of his name and the fact that he was part of a much older version of the Pantheon, but he is left out of most modern versions of the Pantheon of gods. He was actually of a title that gains a lot of respect amongst gods at some point as an elder god, although it's unsure exactly of what domain, and they're unsure exactly what occurred that left him out of the Pantheon. But that is just about all you gather from the tiny, footnotes that you find about him in that book. Besides that, you may hold on to that book. Alright.
Now I know gods. Woohoo!
Does anyone need to write any bonds before we start this session? We will be writing some momentarily, most likely. Elemental, you need to get on the roll 20, by the way.
Oh, I got you in 2 seconds. Roll 20. There we go.
In the general reminder, while you get in, the way you roll in Dungeon World is you roll with 2d6 plus. Stop using fire effects on my fucking map. I will start putting smolder effects and smudging the map so you can't find your way places. -1 on all trailblazing rolls.
Motherfucker.
Alright. Let's see. And yeah, you guys were at the Royal Library of Tabul. You went to an inn at the end of the session where you found lodging for the evening. Despite the fact that only one of you had to sleep, you all met for breakfast downstairs while you discussed plans, and that is where we will pick up as a group. With the possible addition of one new member, in the most mysterious of manners and mysterious of ways. ZB, would you like to introduce your character? Tell us your name, your class, and anything you want to tell us about your backstory. Anything you want to tell the other players, I should say.
You don't have to tell us
Am
everything.
I in character in the, like? I don't think I
Not
would
yet.
be in.
No, we're
character.
just
Yeah.
describing.
We're just describing so you know
Oh, okay.
everyone knows
so,
what your character looks like and what they do.
Okay, so when you guys, do arrive or see it, in a sense, you're gonna see this. It's gonna be kind of like a. I have the photo as well, but it's gonna be like a whitish ferret in a sense. It's gonna have a mixture. It's gonna have white fur, but it's gonna have a mixture of like It's gonna have. It's gonna look like. How do you describe it?
Is it edible?
It's gonna have bird wings. No, possibly. Who knows? But it's gonna have bird-like wings on the ferret. It's gonna have at the tip of the wings is gonna be feathered in a sense, and it's gonna be light blue for that, and then on the rest, which also leak a little onto the back of the ferret, would be purple feathers in a sense. So from the top of the wings to the back of the ferret, and it has little like fairy antler-looking things.
Oh.
Yeah, it is a fey creature from the I don't know which kind of area Epic chose for this area. I believe the Feywild, or I'm not sure what. The chickens no drink,
Thank you for following.
or at least wherever the fey creatures would be in this realm, in a sense. Usually fey creatures are mystical creatures, usually persistent. Whenever their presence are known, it's a little bit of some mischief and uncommentary, I would say. That just, I would assume that some people think or know of, like, so usually fey creatures are more like, I would believe, history or lore, like myths in a sense, but there are people who believe it, and there's storytales of, like, fays are, nothing but trouble in a sense, but it's nothing like crazy trouble. It's just like, who knows what will happen.
You're judging by the types of campaigns I've had you in before. I think that's an appropriate nature for your character.
I have a
You
quick
son of
question.
a bitch.
Yeah. A general Weasley Fey. Little troublemaker. And as we start this session, you guys are all just starting to stand up from the table because you've just agreed you're going to travel east in order to attempt to find one of the king's first weapons. I believe that one is the Claymore Cloaked in Storms that was discussed in the book.
Yes.
So your goal would be to get to Absalzum. And as your party stands up, could Nikolai give me a Discern Realities to start this?
You said discern realities?
Yes.
Okie dokie. What is my wisdom? Do. Nothing. Fuck!
Mark 1 ration used.
But they
And
just got the sandwich last session.
I know. You stand up and you go to pick up your bags, Nikolai, and get moving on the road when your bag feels heavier than it was last time. And it takes you a moment to really notice that difference, which is all the time that's needed for the bag to finish squirming and the sound of a gulp inside to finish.
Let's make it interesting. So it's gonna make a little sounds here and there. It's gonna start wiggling, cartoonish like, in a sense. I'm also going to, if it is going to be that case, whenever they do open it, I'm actually going to cast a spell right off the bat.
Nikolai, I assume
Noticing
you
my
open it.
bag is
Yeah.
wiggling, I quickly look down, what the, and throw it to the ground.
So, as the
You feel the bag.
Wait, did you
getting
open it?
whipped. No, it sounds
I
like
threw
no.
it.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, you were just getting whipped at the floor.
Oh,
What's your first move here, ZB? As you feel the weight
first
of the
off,
world shift around you, and you find yourself violently
I'm gonna
thrown.
take a crunch of that ham sandwich. So
Yep.
you're gonna hear a, something like that, and then I think I'm going to try use my paw to kind of open it like scratching and opening it, I would assume. Do I have to roll to open it?
No, you can just open it.
Okay.
It's not tied.
I'm gonna
roll.
open it and then cast immediately. We're in a tavern, right?
Yes,
this is
you
gonna
are
be
in
fun.
the tavern part of an inn.
Let's see. Mislead. I'm gonna use glamour, which is use a magic trick, so I would have to roll a charisma.
Sure.
So let's see.
Normally,
How
I
do
may
I
not
do it?
always be for PvP, but this sounds like a good time.
No, it's a glamour, so it's more of a.
I mean, you're
it's
still
illusion
using
magic.
it against other people that are players, but
PvP.
my point just being, go ahead and roll.
Okay.
Roll plus
What
charisma.
do I roll? I roll
2d6
one,
plus your charisma stat.
2d6
So plus 2.
plus. Is it 2?
Yep. Slash roll 2d6 plus
Okay.
2. You guys will be pros. Pro at rolling in no time, don't worry.
We're getting there with how much.
Oh,
XP we're getting.
motherfucker!
A semi-success. On a 7 to 9, they're mostly convinced but demand some kind of proof. What glamour were you trying to cast?
Well, I won't actually be looking like a little ferret. I'm going to make the bag like have this giant. Make it look like it has this giant gust of wind coming out. All these sparkles of like Cosmo kind of looking out, and then it's going to be basically the little bit of ZB, but it's gonna be a little translucent, but it's gonna look like a celestial in a sense inside this tavern. So it's gonna make it sound like there's a whirling effect and stuff like that inside the tavern. Nothing's actually gonna move because of it, because it's just an illusion, but it's still, And I'll be like, who dares wake the great ZB?
To be clear on this roll, the rest of the party, the exact wording is, you are mostly convinced that this is reality, but you are allowed to demand some kind of proof. So I'll let you guys handle that on the RP side.
The great what?
Elizabeth looks up from the map they're poring over. If they had eyebrows, they would raise one.
I am the great and magical ZB. Who dares attack me and throw my humble bow to the ground?
I pick up my bag.
I hope
What the hell
you're
are you
looking-
doing in my bag?
And then I kind of stop my my whole celestial kind of thing. There's still all the effects and all that going around. It goes, oh, I was having a snack.
What? I open my bag. You son of a bitch! I try to grab ZB.
Oh, and once you grab me, the whole charade goes off, and it's just, did you grab me like with the one hand?
I'm trying to grab your scruff and pull you out of the bag.
Oh,
But it is with one
then
hand.
you
One
like
hand.
grab my tail, and then I'm like, all the particle effects and all that go away, and it's just my tail, and I'm just hanging upside down, like, oh.
What? What are
Oh.
you?
This is awkward. Hi, as I said, I'm ZB.
I look to the other two.
Copse is ignoring the situation as it's too early in the morning for him to give a fuck. He just continues to sip the coffee that he does not need,
Oh,
as it literally does nothing.
Oh, okay. I think as you see, as I'm dangling and stuff like that, there is like a piece of like hemp string that's wrapped around my stomach, and right there is also a scroll.
I set my bag down on the table and go for the scroll.
Ooh,
Are you gonna allow me to?
Yep. You take the scroll on there. Oh, that's one of those paper thingies that the professor gave me. I'm not too good at reading though.
Did he send you?
Yes, me and the professor, we hang out all the time.
Oh? He failed to mention you to me.
He sent me with the bag. I think he might have said the letter might solve everything.
Oh, I'm gonna kind of struggle to open this thing with one hand and still hold on to ZB and
Yep.
try to read it.
And you remove the wax seal that binds the letter shut, and you open it to find one of the usual letters, similar to the one you opened in the last session that was addressed to you. It starts with, "Dearest Nikolai, hello there again. Great to hear from you again in such a short time period. It's only been a day since you read my last correspondence. Attached to this letter is the young and impressionable ZB, a small fey child that owes me a favor and I decided would be best sent to accompany you so I could properly do my work and not be bothered. I am
What does
also...
it say? What does it say?
I am also very sorry to have you lose the ham sandwich that we had packed last time, but I assure you more are in your future. Do not panic, young Nikolai. Good luck going eastward as well, and may the rest of your day be wonderful. Sincerely, Professor Faraday."
So we've been demoted to babysitters now. Is that it?
And as I'm hanging, I kind of like teeter-totter in a sense while I'm hanging upside down, like kind of like a clock.
Fuck. Right.
And I go, "Oh, is that one of the professor's funny magic papers? Turn it around. What does the other side see?"
I turn it around.
P.S. There's nothing on the back. Love, Professor Faraday Udaza.
And then I say, "Turn it around again."
All right. It's just gonna be. There's nothing else here. There's nothing else here if we keep doing this. I stick the paper in my bag and put the ZV on the table.
And then I kind of like sit up in a sense, kind of like if you think like a groundhog or a gopher, I'm sitting up and be like, "Oh, so what are we doing now, friends?"
Copse thinks to himself if he can resurrect a fey creature.
Oh god. Well, I Professor sent him to us.
Well, I'm figuring out the quickest path to Absalzum.
Oh,
Not coming
who's
along.
that?
It's not a person.
We're going there to find a monarch's claymore, cloaked in storms.
Ooh. It sounds dangerous. You guys are gonna need a leader. I'm in.
Absolutely not. We don't need a leader. All right, I
But
guess.
who else is gonna talk about our epic tale, our amazing journey?
What are you talking about?
The great, awesome quadruple trio.
There's 4 of us.
I forgot how to learn to count like a few years ago.
Oh my god. How old are you?
And I started looking at my paws, and I just put up like a paw in a sense. With it just has a whole paw. I think like that many.
All right. I pick him up again by his scruff this time. We should go.
And I do
And
a
you
little
stay out of my
twirl
bag.
around her. I do a little twirl around her arm in a sense, and go up, past her back, to her back, up her spine, and then I'm just right there over her head in a sense. All right, valiant steed, where are we heading to? So you see boat with just like a little ferret popping up if like someone's doing like the little bunny signs up during a photo.
Oh my god. All right, Elizabeth, have you had enough time studying that map? Do you know where we're going?
Yes, we can start moving if we have nothing else to do in the Tobola Empire.
Well, I don't have anything. Nikolai, as you consume food to live, do you need any rations before we go?
I might at this rate if this thing keeps eating my shit.
We
Oh,
got
do you have food?
No, I
How
make
about
sure
some
my
food?
bag is very securely shut. Contacted thoughts.
I held down the tavern workers to have a talk.
Yep. A nearby man was just delivering an ale to somebody else, and he's like, "Wow, lots of people drinking ale this morning. What can I get you?"
I'm good on food and ale, thank you. I more had a question. Where's the best local place to get some traveling rations?
Well, I think there's. Let's see. I think you could probably go to Leroy's over on 5th, and the general store there should have most of what you need.
Okay. Where is 5th from here? Sorry, we're just passing
Oh,
through the town, so we don't.
All good. Couple blocks down. You're literally just gonna leave the store, hang a left, just walk a couple blocks, ignore the other stores, and eventually you will see a sign that says Leroy's.
Okay. Thank you very much.
No
And
problem.
I put down a coin.
He takes your coin. Paying for information is smart. And he walks away.
All right. Well, if no one else has anything else to do, I guess we can head to Leroy so we can get some rations for you.
For this thing. Do you actually require food? I'm asking CP.
Yeah, I do eat.
Oh god. Alright. You have your own money, right?
Money? What's that?
You're joking.
Did
Ah.
did the professor leave me any in the
He
bag?
gave you no money. He just gave you the letter and sent you.
Son of a
damn
bitch.
Fine. Alright, let's go.
To adventure!
I just start looking out.
The perfect way.
Guess we'll head out to the tavern or to the store.
Yeah, who's leading the way out?
I suppose I am, since I got the information.
That sounds good. Can you define danger with dexterity as you get close to the door of the tavern and it is kicked inwards at rapid speed? I'll give it to you. You stumble back just in time. You're kind of caught off balance and you can't react to anything fast. But you find yourself, probably not face to face after stumbling back, but you're probably like face to chest with a stunningly handsome man with long flowing brown hair that cascades down onto his golden armor that ripples underneath all of that muscle. And you see he's standing there, and you can tell very easily this is a member of the Royal Guard. He has a large greatsword on his back, and he's looking, and he's staring directly at you, Copse.
My eyes start to shimmer. I go, "Oh my god, that lady has amazing shiny armor."
I
Lady.
grab his mouth so fast to keep his
What's-
mouth shut.
And I go, "Oh,
Hush your rat.
Terribly sorry about that.
And I'm over here murmuring underneath, like with angry eyes, going.
He
No.
immediately he goes, "Can you all just stay right there for me for a moment?" He goes into he has a little like pack at his side that he opens, and he pulls out from it like a couple pieces of paper that he unfurls. And he goes, "Here, can you hold this?" He points to Nikolai.
That paper?
Yeah, just hold it up right next to this guy. He's motioning at Copse.
Oh, God. I take it. I'm gonna take a quick look at it before
It
I hold
is
it
it
up.
is very easy to tell that this is an attempt to sketch Copse on this page done in pencil. There is
I'm
a
sorry,
picture of your friend.
Is this person wanted for something?
Not wanted in a villainous way or a criminal way, but we are looking for him, and I believe I've found him. And he unfurls the other one and he holds it next to Elizabeth, and you see a picture detailing, obviously not identically, the rags covering Elizabeth's face, but close enough.
Before this guy can really compare the two, can I attempt to cast Minor Illusion?
Are you casting it on one or both of them?
I'd like to attempt on both.
Let me check Minor Illusion. You create
I
sound or
could
small
also
image
use
that lasts
sly
for a
words.
little less than a minute. Particularly alert or intelligent creatures can see through the illusion if they pay careful attention. Just as a warning, he is scrutinizing your party members.
Yeah, never mind. Alright.
I could use sly words and mislead them or confuse them with technically true words.
You would have to tell me what those technically true words are before you could roll it. You'd have to actually try to mislead him.
Well, I'd be like, what is this all about, officer?
Well, we are looking for the people involved with the incident at the Royal Library of Tabol last night. I believe, let's see, yep, that's gotta be you, he says, handing the paper over to Elizabeth with the sketch of herself in it. That's you. And he squints at the paper Nikolai is holding, and he's just like, and that would be your friend, yes?
I mean, yeah, they look similar, I suppose.
Fair enough.
Yeah. And then I kind of
uh,
whispered to Boat, or I whispered to Nikolai, I'd be like, were you guys at the library?
He close his mouth again.
I could just imagine her like closing my snout like you would do like a duck, just like two fingers just doop. I'm like,
The man then takes the paper from you and hands it to Copse. He says, "Thank you for being a witness. That means I can sign my report that I found you guys now. And I'd like all of your names first before we proceed from here."
What exactly is it that you're needing?
Uh,
Are you looking for a testimony?
oh no, we don't need a testimony. The case against everyone involved has already been handled. It would seem that the wise and noble king has seen fit to award the party that saved the knowledge of this wonderful nation, this wonderful group of adventurers. He's seen fit to award you with something, which I will take you to immediately after a little bit of other business I have. Would you mind tagging along with me today?
Sure. We were planning on stopping by the general store to grab some rations. We were about to head out, but this seems more important at the moment.
Were you guys going to Leroy's?
We were.
That's right on the way. We'll be heading that way.
Sounds great.
We first have to go to the square in the Noble District, and then from there we'll head to your reward. I just have to handle some business there. So we can hit the general store, hit the square, get your reward on the way out of town. I assume you're headed out of town. You all look ready to travel.
Could I
Yes,
discern realities on this guy?
Go for it.
Thank you.
I trust everyone
Fuck!
explicitly.
You see this handsome, well-built man, and you see this man clearly for what he is, an honorable guard of the royalty. There's no reason to doubt this man's words.
Fuck.
Yeah, you can discern realities, Elizabeth.
I love discerning realities.
Also, ZB, in case you've forgotten, as a reminder, anytime you fail a roll, like you yourself fail a roll, mark an XP, because that's how you level up in Dungeon World. Yes, ask your questions, Elizabeth. You may have noted the dripping sarcasm on his words when he said wonderful adventurers. Although most of what he says does sound true, he very much does not seem like he wants to be here or is impressed with any of you. Alright. You had 3, but that's fair. Yeah. And he goes, are you guys good? We're good? Alright. Follow me.
I got to do one thing though. I have to do sly words to this
Okay.
leader of authority.
But to do sly words, you actually have to attempt in RP to use sly words.
I know, but I gotta just let that know that I'm gonna be doing it. So as people don't know, but there are fey natures and laws that we have to kind of do in a sense, and because this is a leader of authority, one of my natures is that you guys don't know is that whenever it comes to authority, I have to do a little bit of mischievous or pranks. So I'm gonna use sly words, and I'm gonna talk to him and be like, "Do you know who we are?" And I'm just gonna be like, "We are the amazing quadruple trio adventurers. I'm so glad that you heard of us and you're giving us such an amazing reward, because you know what? We honestly deserve it." And I'm going to make my roll right now.
Is that technically true words? Would you say those words are technically true?
As far as I know, I think it is. I don't know otherwise. I don't know how they are in actual combat.
But you are including yourself and you've done nothing.
I know I'm the best.
I see.
Why do you think I say I'm the leader? So I'm gonna, if that's okay, all right, 2d6, and I'm going to roll a plus
Not sure
2.
you're misleading him by saying that, though. Everything
that-
he's heard has already been told about this. That's why I'm just not sure this covers into the nature of sly
Well, I'm
words
just
by
I'm just
itself.
trying to convince him, like, hey, you know, we're actually like bigger than you actually seem in a sense.
Alright, fine. You can make your roll.
All right.
But I may not always allow it unless I'm convinced that you're using sly
I'm
words
sorry, I
in
have to do this
character.
because it's a ruler of authority, and it's part of my nature. It's basically a fey law I have to oppose or to do. Oh, not bad. A 7. So on a 7 out of 9, they make an assumption, but not the one you were hoping for.
What were your exact words? You said, we are the trio of adventurers.
The
and-
quadruple trio. The best adventurers. We are the best adventurers. I'm so glad you heard of us, and we honestly do deserve this reward.
He looks you up and down.
And
Looks-
I just have my arms crossed.
He looks each of you up and down in turn. He goes, you're the best of all the adventurers out there?
And I go, of course.
He crosses
As you
his
know,
arms.
the Fae, us Fae creatures, cannot lie.
Then I suppose I'm in for even more disappointment with other adventurers. And he turns and walks away.
I achieved my law.
Maybe I don't think he likes adventurers.
Isn't
That's not.
your law to...
It's
trick
one
or
of my
deceive
natures and laws.
people?
Yeah, no, my Fae
Which one is
nature.
it? It's the...
My drive is curiosity, which is I use things, mortal devices, in not particularly the correct way. I was stuck in between mischief and deceive.
Then yeah, you guys will follow him out, yeah? Unless any of you want to try to do something else.
I'm just gonna follow.
I will assume you're all following unless somebody
Yep.
else opposes him again. You all
Onward,
proceed
Steed.
to follow him as he walks out and down towards Leroy's on 5th. And a couple blocks over, Copse, you are able to enter with your party behind you. And our wonderful guard that you still don't know the name of leads you inside, and you find yourself face to face with an old man behind a counter and lots of shelves with lots of different goods, as you would expect from a general store. It's kind of a musty smell in here, but you know, that's what you get.
While we were going through town, I was looking at everything in awe.
As we enter the door, I go, "Hello, good sir."
What are you looking for?
Rations.
Rations, dried meat, tack, what, anything specific?
I look over to our food needers.
Mortals.
What are you guys craving for?
I look at Zeeby. You pick what you want. But that
And
means you're not allowed to eat my food again.
If it's okay, I use my fairy wings and I start flying around the store, and I start zipping and going around seeing, oh my god, and I'm just looking at everything. I was like, oh, what's your, and I go to the merchant and I start flapping my wings. I'm like, what's your best, what do you recommend? With so much positivity in front of this.
He looks very
and,
off-put by the fact
yeah.
that a fairy is flying around his store.
I'm trying to bring some positivity to him, you know.
I think the dried meat is pretty decent. We put a marinade on it before we dry it, so I think it has flavor.
And I go, oh, you probably choose like the best producers in cattle, am I right? Or the best kind of choice of meat?
No, we get the cheapest we can.
And that sounds exactly like what we need. How much for it?
How much do you need?
And I say with
Are you
positivity,
just
oh, it's
looking
probably
for
still
like
the
one
best.
ration, or like?
It depends. Like, what's the base for just one?
Pretty sure, like, normally I would honestly, like, just kind of write off rations in general for cost. I'd say, like, this guy looks pretty proud of his meat. And he kind of just looks like, you want a base set of rations, we're looking at, like, 2 gold here.
Which is a set.
5 uses.
All right, then we'll get that for our fairy friend here.
Yeah. And he slides it across the table and puts his hand out for the money.
I gave him 2 gold pieces.
Yep. And, well, ZB, you have super low carrying weight, don't you?
Yeah, I got nothing.
Do I need to carry it for
sorry,
you?
I can only carry
6.
technically 2. I can only carry 2. I'm 4 out of 6.
Yeah.
So I
So
can-
rations will be 1 weight.
Yep.
Just as a heads up. So.
If you want, I can carry. I'll carry the 1 ration if that's okay.
Yep. And it's a set, so it's like dried meats, waters, yeah. little things here and there. Cantina water, dried meats, maybe a little bread, tack.
I'm gonna grab the or if it's offered, I'll be able to grab it and kind of poof it, so it's technically in my inventory.
Yeah, it disappears into the infinite void known as your pockets, which is not so infinite. You now have rations, and the storekeeper looks pleased when he gets his 2 gold, and he nods. And he goes, anything else?
I believe that's. No. Did you need something, Cord?
I say, thank you so much. I can't wait to see you again, sir. As I go back onto Boat's head.
Do you have any rope?
Rope? Are you looking for, like, adventurer's gear?
Yeah, just some basics, stuff
Yeah,
you might
could-
need.
Well, you know how adventuring gear works, right?
Yeah,
Or do you not remember?
I do. It's like a collection of.
Typically, a set of adventuring gear would cost around 20 coins, just as a warning.
Yeah, I don't think I have 20 coins.
Yeah. But if you wanted specifically rope, the guy kind of goes back to the counter, goes down, and he finds, some rope. And he's just like, I could give you this for maybe 4 coin.
4 coins.
4 coins sounds right.
What if? Okay. What if I buy some rations with it? Could I get possibly a discount?
I'm gonna charge you more for the rations. Are you buying more rations than you already bought? Because
Yeah.
that transaction is done, buddy.
Heard Arkent.
No, I was gonna buy some more rations.
Oh, I see.
Along
Well,
with it, like combine the prices, but then
you
maybe
want-
a little.
you want this rope for 4 coin, and you want some more of my famous meat set for 2 coin, and you're looking for a discount,
Yes.
5 coin.
Thank you. I give him 5 coins.
He takes it. Yep.
Oh,
Uh,
Epic! I just
If you want
I
to
just-
add the rope to the adventuring gear, you can just mark an extra use on your current adventuring gear.
Do I have adventuring gear?
I don't know.
I do not.
Okay, you have rope then.
I just want some rope. You never know when you
And
might need
that's-
some rope.
That is very true. It's good to think ahead. You never know when you'll be binding people.
Oh, Epic! I just realized for the Fey nature and stuff like that, when I do a action of one of the laws, I immediately gain 1 bloom. I believe it says.
It's when you encounter a situation that affects one of your weaknesses through natural play.
Oh, one of my.
And which weakness did you say this was?
It was the mischievous. You couldn't resist playing a prank or taunting figures of authority. And as a taunt, I told him, "Hey, we are the best," and I would basically like.
I don't know that you really taunted him.
Okay, I just
He
want to
just
make
kind
sure.
of shrugged because you told him the same things he's been told. Well, I guess not exactly, but I don't think
Well,
you.
I was misleading. But
He
yeah.
now believes that all adventurers are somehow worse than you guys, so it's it's at your own demise, I suppose. Yeah, but you guys, I would not mark a boon for that one.
Okay, I just wanna make sure and check.
Banging deal. Back. Oh, okay, you just got
So
back
far,
to
I've been
see.
truthful.
Alright, Copse
but-
got his deal.
Oh wait,
Um,
no, it has to be a situation where I had to.
The guard that's with you guys kind of looks at Leroy, who you can assume he's the Leroy of Leroy's, and they just share a nod, and the guard looks back at you guys and he goes, "All right, are we good to go?"
Check with Elizabeth, I think.
You believe we should be good to go?
All right.
All right.
All
The
right.
next we'll be
Lead the
going
way.
over to the square. We'll take a quick stop there for something, and then we'll be going to get your reward outside town. All right. And he gives another nod to the man behind the counter, and he walks out.
And we'll follow behind him.
Another couple blocks over, you guys find yourselves at what you can assume is the square, which has a large, beautiful marble fountain in the center of this wide open area. There's a couple not marked, but there's a couple like pocketed areas where there's grass and flowers growing amongst all this like beautiful cobble work that leads into and out of it. And on one side of the square facing with the large castle, that you guys are near-ish to around here, that is the home of and heart of this capital. You see a large stage set up, and there are a couple figures on it of note. You see one man in stocks. At this distance, it's hard to tell exactly who. It's, there's a little bit of sun at their back. It's kind of hard to see their faces. And you see another man tied up to a large pole. with his hands raised above his head. And the guard that's with you guys nods and he goes, all right, we're here. I just have to see this get done and then we'll head out. And he heads over closer to the stage.
Do we recognize the guy?
Do you want to discern reality?
I
As you get
sure
closer?
will. What is it? 2d6 plus what?
Wisdom.
I don't think I have any. No, I don't have any wisdom. It's an 8.
All right. You may ask me one question.
One question. What are the questions again?
I think I posted them somewhere for you, didn't
Let me see.
I? I think Arkent will have them.
Yep. He got you.
I'm gonna pin it in this server.
What happened to you recently? What is about to happen? What should I be on the lookout for? What here is useful or valuable to me? Who's really in control here? Or what here
What
is
is
not
about to happen?
That's a good question. Although you can't really make out the figures. The fact that stocks in a pole are up on a large, stage that's been constructed hastily in this area usually means some sort of public punishment, Stocks usually meaning potentially, the crowd might throw some tomatoes or the man might be executed. And someone tied up to a pole usually is going to receive some form of beating, whether it be whippings or flayings and whatnot. But you don't see any tomatoes for sale, so it's probably not that one.
Oh god.
Okay. As we're getting closer, I'm like, this looks like an execution.
I asked the guard, what's going on here?
Oh, well, this would be what is the result of last night. The man in the stocks is the man who's going to be executed after we caught him last night. And the other one would be the previous and former bookkeeper and or associate of the library. He no longer works for them.
It's not the elf, is it?
As you say that, you do notice in the silhouette elven ears.
No.
Oh god.
He is attached to the pole. And as you finally get to the back of the crowd to watch, you see, yes, the guy you spared is in the stocks, as you're finally close enough to make out discerning features.
I look and say, "Oh, what game are they playing? Can I play?"
No.
You better keep your rat in check.
I am pulling him off my head and I am holding my hand on his mouth to keep him from saying anything during this.
Can I possibly inquire about why the elf was put on trial?
Why was he? Well, when brought to answer questions regarding it, a letter was discovered that spoke of multiple crimes that he had committed in an attempt to get a group of mysterious individuals into the forbidden section of the library. The idiot was dumb enough not to tear it up within the day.
I see.
That, along with the fact that this occurred while he was on duty, he was already getting fired, but now the crimes go much higher than that.
What was he accused of before this incident?
Let me check. He goes back into the bag. He pulled out the posters from earlier, and he goes and he finds a little list, and he's like, all right, let's see here. Embezzlement, tax evasion, fraud, thievery, bribery. Yeah, that seems about it.
I see. That's a shame. I only met him once, but he seemed like a nice fellow. That's too bad.
Yep, it's always the quiet ones.
Such a shame.
Just share.
This is going to be a weird question to ask DM.
Mm-hmm.
But by any chance do I feel if my god feels like this is true retribution? Like,
What
is
do
he
you mean?
deserving of this?
Which one? Matthew?
Yeah.
I don't know.
Or would he think this is unjust?
How would you know that that's what your god thinks?
I don't know how to describe it.
Do you get feelings about this sort of thing generally?
Yes, I would say, like, at least, so if I saw somebody and I thought they do deserve retribution, then I'm gonna be like, yeah, like, this is fine, whatever.
Then I think that would be up to your character, not so much what your god thinks. It's based off
Okay.
of your own personal set of values. So do you think Matthew deserves this?
Um,
I would check with Arkent as they have a pass, but I'm no one to say.
yeah, but with the other guy, that was the one that Arkent actually had some sort
Oh,
of
okay.
to. This
Eight
is just the guy that
bells.
let us
We don't care about
in.
that guy.
8 bells
Yeah, that's
ring
the-
out across the city, which you can expect. You've heard it before. Those are usually the hours. And you realize it is now the 8th hour. And as you all sit there chatting amongst yourselves, realizing what's going on, a man in a black hood with an axe walks up the stairs onto this platform.
Cool.
And he heads across the way. And another guard wearing a golden plate for his chest armor strolls onto the stage with a piece of paper and stands next to the hooded man as he readies himself next to the stocks. He steadies himself on his axe, listening. And the man with the gold plate armor begins to read out. Daniel West, you stand accused and convicted of crimes to destroy the wonderful and noble history of our nation, the few records we have of the founding, and of this, the highest crime possible against our nation, treason. Daniel West, you are hereby sentenced to execution at the behest of the King of Tobola. And he then turns to the next one, and he steps over next to Matthew, and he goes, let's see here. He looks like he's having trouble reading, and the DM is trying to remember Matthew's last name really hard.
I don't know if we ever got a last.
No,
Just
but
make
I
one
have
up,
it.
you
Oh, there
won't
it is.
remember.
I have it. Matthew Finellis. You stand accused of multiple counts of embezzlement, fraud, bribery, thievery. Yep. There's more crimes, so on. It actually goes down for a whole page, but I think they get the point. You will be receiving a public flogging for this. Do not commit this crime again, or next time you will be taking the spot of Daniel West.
Oh, big
By
mouth.
order of the king. The
I'm gonna
man
cover
then
Ziggy's
crumples the
eyes.
paper and then steps off the stage, leaving just the...
I'd be like, I say, where'd the lights go?
Be quiet.
The brawny man in the dark hood steps over, taking his axe, resting it slowly against the man's neck, and then lifting up and back. And then he brings down the axe, and Daniel West is no more. His head rolls into a basket placed under it. The crowd cheers! Woo! Elizabeth does not cheer.
Copse thinks to himself, he might make a good Dolahan one day.
Yikes.
Nikolai gives you a very weird look.
I say with my
I
eyes
to
closed,
myself.
what did I miss?
Nothing, buddy.
The executioner then takes his axe and rests it against the stocks, and then moves on and produces from his belt a large flogging tool. And then steps over to Matthew and proceeds to viciously beat him on stage to the cheers of the people around you.
Fuck.
Nobles, peasants, and the, rich and poor alike are in this crowd, mixed and mingled, cheering for this.
He's talking about me.
What? Oh,
Perhaps ZB is cheering for this, which is a concern as well.
I'm
I
still
can't
covering
see, I
his
don't know what's
eyes.
happening.
He is completely oblivious.
I just heard nobles and peasants, or rich
Yeah.
and poor, and I was like, "Oh, that's me," but you don't know which to distinguish, really.
And after a little longer, Matthew, bruised and beaten bloodily on stage, the man puts down his flogging tool and steps away. And then bows to the crowd to cheers. A couple roses are even thrown at him, and then he walks off the stage.
With my eyes closed, I start clapping.
Matthew is still left up there, but you can assume somebody will probably come get him at some point. Probably. And the guard next to you guy goes, "Alright, well, that's done at least. The reward?
Yeah, sounds good.
Alright, cool." He starts walking towards the gates to exit the city on the east side.
Copse not caring a single bit about what just occurred.
That's fair.
If my eyes are still shut, I'm still thinking we're at the cool event.
Elizabeth follows. Everybody follows. It takes a little while to get out of the city because, you know, you guys were pretty far in. You had walked to the west side of town towards the castle, which is closer towards the lake. And you head back to the east side, and you find yourselves exiting a different path than you came in from. No guards that look like they're pale and gonna run home here. Excuse me. And I'm going to say we'll take a break as you head and get outside the gate. We will take a short break. Everyone can refresh drinks, use the bathroom, give your pee to the gods, etc., etc. We will resume in a few moments.
P for the P gods.
I'm going to put all my viewers to the waiting screen, along with the players. Look at that.
Ah, cool.
Was that kinky enough for you, Ramen?
I looked over and saw kinky and went, no.
She said kinky when she heard the stocks and pole and the people tied up, but that's not exactly what happened here. Hey, at least this time there wasn't like an orphanage gone wild with kids murdering each other.
Yeah, it's pretty tame in comparison.
Pretty tame. Not my craziest campaign. I will be right back. I'm gonna get some water. Back. How's the waiting screen?
Welcome back.
Do you like it? I feel like this dog
I
really
love it.
embodies all of us.
Oh yeah?
Yes.
Just that forlorn look.
The forlorn look with the ball 2 feet, like less than a foot away, you know?
Just so sad about it.
It's just, it's given up on everything, but has to sit here for this painting anyway. I love DMing.
Uh-huh.
I'm fine. I do love DMing. What a nice doggy. Alright. Let's do back checks. Copse? That was something. Elizabeth?
It's a big sound.
Beep, 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 beep.
I'm here.
Excellent. Nikolai.
Hello.
Nice. And Zeeby. Zeeby?
Oh God, Zabe!
Zeeby!
Wake up!
Zeeby actually
Well, we
dead.
killed him.
Jesus.
What?
Oh, you are here. Okay.
Oh,
Are you ready to start?
crashing.
He's not ready to start. Alright. You let me know when you're ready, ZB.
I'm here. What do you
Okay.
mean?
Well, you didn't respond. It was a back check. Alright. Then we shall get back. You guys have just exited the gate on the east side. And you're approaching the outer area of the walls, which on this side you actually find stables on the right. And this guard that you're following seems to be leading you to those stables. Yep, on that side. Green is an interesting choice for a color on this map, Arkent. People are not going to be able to see your pings. But yeah, you guys
That's
are heading
why
out the...
I'm in charge.
Oh no. People. You guys are heading out the east and approaching this kind of large stable. You know, there's lots of animals being led about. There's lots of people, you know, taking care of the animals, flipping hay, doing all sorts of things. Barns aplenty. There's so much space. And you continue to walk in, and finally the guard goes, all right. He approaches a door next to one of the barns, and he goes, by order of His Royal Highness, our party, who you still have not given me your names, nor I mine to you, you have been gifted the reward for saving the country from treasonous behavior and acts of terrorism within our royal library. As such, the king finds it fit to bequeath, well, not bequeath, but to give this to you. And he opens the door, and inside you find yourselves looking at a cart large enough, you know, for like 2 or 3 people to fit inside of, 4 if you squish, but enough for carrying bags and such. And attached to it at the front, a small donkey.
Nikolai kind of smirks and looks at the guard. Is this your way of telling us we should leave?
No, you already told me you were leaving, but I still had to give this to you either way. The king saw fit to reward you with your own donkey and cart for your travels if you choose to move around. The only thing we ask is your names, and to please not go into the forbidden section of the library without seeking proper permission.
You know, that's fair. I hold my hand out. Nikolai.
Ah, yes. And he takes it, and he shakes it.
And you are?
I'm Jonathan Daybreak. I'm the captain of the Royal Guard. You can feel just from his voice that this whole conversation is very much beneath him. Well, you've been gifted your donkey and cart. I wish you all good luck in your travels. Should you ever need something from the Royal Guard, well, we're in the city. You can find us.
Oh,
Mhm.
Arkent, I think Corpse were gonna say
And
something.
it is
thought-
Nikolai. And he points at Copse.
Oops.
Copse, and he points at Elizabeth.
Yes, yes. It is I, Elizabeth.
Elizabeth, got it.
And don't forget about me. And I start wiggling inside Boat's hand as I think she still has me.
And Nikolai's pet rat, of course.
No, I'm the leader, ZB, of the amazing and famous quadruple trio.
Got it.
Please pay no mind to
You'll be
him.
sure to hear from us again, as we're gonna do amazing things throughout the kingdom.
Alright, ZB the flying rat. Gotcha. You are down in the system as well. Alright.
I smile with glee because I don't know what a rat is.
If there's one more thing I can tell you guys before you go, perhaps a piece of advice. You probably shouldn't involve yourselves with the healers further than you already have.
The healers?
Yes, the healers.
Is that the ones who had attacked us that night?
Oh my god, you didn't even know that. Oh.
No, sir, we did not.
This man looks at you with pure pity in his eyes and he goes, I see. I knew you were from the Styx, I just didn't realize you are all from that far out in the Styx.
Quite far out, yes.
Yes.
I'm sorry.
The Healers of Dissolution, I believe he fumbles into his pocket and he pulls out the badge that you guys actually saw last time. A bronze cross with a lake underneath it. Well, not a cross, a plus sign on this badge. He goes, this would be their symbol. What can I tell you about them? They're really bad people. Don't get involved with them again, okay?
They said they were fighting against the heretics, and that was why they were burning down that part of the library.
Oh, indeed. They believe, in general, that they're looking to fan the flames of wars between the eastern region Eremioth, if you've ever heard of it.
Mm.
And they want them to fan the flames of war with the Heartland so as to burn all heretics and non-believers. But yeah. ZB, can you do me a favor and spout lore real fast? That's plus intelligence.
I was still big-headed with glee.
I have to bring you back down
Okay,
to
I got
earth
you. I
for a
got you.
moment. Plus int.
What is it? It's what kind of roll?
2d6 plus int.
2.
Your
Sorry,
int
slash
is
roll.
0, so just 2d6.
Got it. 2d6. Boom.
You recognize the symbol in this man's hand, but you cannot seem to place it, but you know somewhere in your past you've seen this.
I get out of my big-headed state of the praise and stuff like that, which I was just filled with glee, just avoiding all the conversation in general. I'm like, oh, look at I know that, and I sorry, do I have to discern realities on it?
I mean, you spouted lore to try. I gave you the chance essentially to know where you had known it, but I'll tell you with on an 8 that you recognize the symbol, but you can't place where in your history you recognize it from.
As I spouted that, I would be like, I remember it, but I don't know it.
The guard rolls his eyes.
Don't mind him, I'm sorry.
He had a second of hope, just of like
Yeah.
some information about it.
It was, you saw for a moment, you finally sparked his interest, And all that is after that is this crestfallen look that he knew he was right to be disappointed in you. And he kind of recomposes himself. And
That goes from my nature.
he goes,
One blue. No, I'm kidding.
just keep in mind they're out. Their absolute final goal is we're unsure, but we just know one of their goals is to spark war, and you know they seem to be religious fanatics for some purpose.
And you said they were from the east?
Yes. Well, no, they're not from the east, but they're trying to spark a war with the east and the Heartland.
Oh, I see.
The eastern region of Arameoth being the desert region.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Enjoy your donkey. And
Thank you for
cart.
the warning.
And he puts the badge back in his bag and he latches it shut. And he just nods to each of you and then exits the room finally, looking like he's been freed.
As he walks away and it kind of gets a little silent, I go, okay, team. First order of business. What do we name the donkey?
How about
Sorry,
you
no,
think
I say,
about
what do
that
I
on
name the
way
horse?
out?
Sorry, I say, what do we name the horse?
How about we just decide that on the road? You can think about it.
I'm gonna choose the best name ever.
I start heading over to it. I think it's about time we probably leave.
You guys are all heading out. You have a moment as you're all gathered around your cart with a donkey and the doors
Would
to
we-
the barn open. Elizabeth, I believe you said you were looking at the map earlier, trying to decide the quickest route to Abselzum. What did you decide?
Oh yeah, we do
Elizabeth?
have the travel and all that. So what would
Did
what would
Elizabeth die?
Michael be doing?
No, he's
Okay.
marking the map.
Oh, I
Oh
see.
yeah, he's
I
marking
see. I
it.
did not
He
see
said
that.
the quickest way would be go ahead and mark it again.
You just want to go straight there? Yep. The quickest route is indeed just the eastern road that leads to Abselzum. It is
If
a
I was playing
long
my-
journey. It takes time. But you guys obviously have properly prepared rations, and if no one in the party wants to discuss or object to it, we can go with that plan. And we'll roll.
If I was
perilous-
playing my cautious archer in the last campaign, I would inspect the car and see if it needs to be more fragile and stuff like that. But I'm not, so the party can do what they must.
I have no objections.
I'm going to pretty much talk to my undead through like my mind to start heading over to us.
Oh God, right.
God, the golem.
How did I forget about the golem? That's
Oh,
my own fault. I need to
fuck.
write that down so I don't forget about that. You win this round.
We have that
yeah,
monstrosity.
You feel a tug at your
Underprepared.
consciousness as there is just a moment of affirmation, and you can tell it's on its way this way. My God. Yep. Are you waiting
Tell
for
me
it to
take
get here or hitting
first.
the road?
I think my golems can be pretty fast because it usually slows down. So I'll say we'll just start walking.
Sure.
Let it catch up. It can find me.
Your big charger armed zombie that's invisible wandering the wilderness right now. Yeah, it is on its way.
Alright.
And everyone can start walking. So I believe you would have heard this last time, Elemento, how it works. There are 3 jobs to undertake a perilous journey. I believe Arkent, did you post that last time? Do you have that on hand to post real fast? I don't know if you have that one. Undertake a perilous journey. Da 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 da. It's not necessarily hostile, but it's the easiest way for us to skip time. All right, so each person of the party, except for one of you, essentially, is going to take one of the 3 jobs. You know, Trailblazer, Quartermaster, and Scout. And you're each gonna roll plus intelligence, I believe it was. Let me find
Wisdom, Arkent says.
wisdom. Okay. Yeah. So you tell me what jobs you're taking. Who's Scout? Who's Trailblazer? And who's Quartermaster? And who
I'll
is
do
just
Scout
enjoying
again.
the ride?
I'm a good scout.
Holy fuck!
I have good charisma and good intelligence and dexterity.
I'll do quartermaster again.
All right.
I'm a good scout.
And Elizabeth is already trailblazing, so ZB, you will just be enjoying the ride.
Stay in the cart, have fun.
I guess
As I
that
zipping
makes
around,
sense.
is the donkey a male or female? I'm just gonna make sure.
It's a male.
Okay.
Oh God, if I catch you like peeking underneath trying to figure it
You
out.
definitely
That's
do.
what I did not want to do.
I mean, if you asked the DM that question, you had to find out somehow.
You did have to
definitely you definitely peeked at some point and saw donkey junk. So just remind that. Yes, Copse did not scout properly. We are going to continue traveling. I should have paused here for a moment. Yeah, Ramen called you a pervert, Elemento. How do you feel?
The fuck? What
You
is
look at donkey
this
junk.
fish?
You guys are traveling for a good amount of
Do you
time.
want me to misidentify the donkey? Fuck.
For a good amount of time, you're traveling, and you get to around here, and you're continuing to travel. And Copes, you're ahead of the group just by a little bit. You know, you're keeping your eyes peeled. You're checking ahead, making sure nothing's happening. But you've had, like, the weather is perfect for travel. Like, you guys could not have left on a better day. You're very, very lucky, and it's definitely helping you guys make time. And it's been a while since you, like, felt the sun on you, but it's not the most unpleasant feeling in the world. Especially when that, like, crossbow bolt just jams into your back.
In
Can
my
you
back.
can you defy danger with dexterity?
That's a
Okay.
9.
You're gonna literally take 1 damage, which you can disregard with armor. You guys find yourselves, as you were passing through this area, and what you should have been paying attention to was you were heading through a little farm area, passing by that had appeared empty at first, but what you found to be empty has very quickly been replaced with a few bandit-looking fellas that are unleashing hell as they sprint at you. What you find is you had just passed by, and the crossbowman had actually just been laying down in this broken down cart. How you didn't see him is beyond you. But he took a shot straight at you, but it bounces off whatever armoring you have. And it leaves you very lucky but shocked. They are practically upon you guys as this first shot rings. You find yourselves face to face with 2 crossbowmen, one in that cart, another one just behind the walls over here. 2 swordsmen that are sprinting directly at the party, and 1 man in robes just off outside this door over here. And the party is beset upon. Elizabeth, can you defy danger?
Guys, look, friends.
Elizabeth, what are you holding? Let me check something. Elizabeth, just take a d4 of damage. You narrowly avoid the crossbow bolt, but it does jam into you, but it doesn't deal the full damage because it feels like you were almost out of the way and the momentum had carried with you, but you don't take the full damage. You do take your feel. Go ahead. And the rest of the party is now fully aware of these people bearing down on you. The crossbowmen have started to reload.
I hope Nikolai will tell me that they're not friends.
Can I?
They are
can
definitely
I tell,
not friends.
Can I tell that the
Oh.
rogue person is with them or no?
Yeah, absolutely they are.
Okay.
They're
going
just
to
wearing
send-
like a dark robe, but you can still see they're wearing similar clothing to the others. This is definitely a group of bandits.
I'm gonna send my golem over to deal with him.
It's fair. Your golem has caught up to you. I just want to double check. The golem that you make, it's 3 bodies.
Yeah.
+2 to all damage rolls. What's your regular damage? I had D4. Okay. 8 HP, 1 armor, and can do basic moves. This +2 to stats and +0 to all others. Oh, to 2 stats. What stats did you give it?
I gave it strength and constitution.
Okay, so it's a beefy tanky boy.
Yeah.
Okay. You basically have made the tank from Left 4 Dead, haven't you?
He's gonna go beat the
yeah.
shit out.
Yeah,
Tank
roll
music starts.
roll hack and slash +2. So 2d6 +2.
Damn.
You know what? He was invisible still, wasn't he? I'll give you a semi-success on this, just because the invisibility, now that he's made an attack, is going to come down finally. And you sent it at one of the swordsmen?
I sent it to the robe figure.
Oh, you sent... Okay, he took an interesting path around, but sure, he gets there. It's not like anyone could see it coming, although you can tell the robed figure is, like, put off by the fact that, like, the ground is vibrating under him, like... And he's trying to, like, chant something, and then you watch him get launched flying. Roll the damage of this creature, so it's a d4 +2. Ouch. He has 1 armor, so he has 3 damage, so that's 5 HP left, right?
For my golem?
Yes.
Yeah. Wait, well, but he also has so you have to give him a +1 to health since I did a constitution. So he would have, like...
That is true.
Yeah, so he has +1 to strength, +1 to constitution, so he would have 7 health. Minus whatever, I guess, right? Yeah, something like that.
Okay. I will trust you to handle your own stats. He does get launched. But in the moment that he is sent, you see he has finished chanting whatever he was chanting, and a fireball is going to rip at your zombie. Can he defy danger?
Yeah. 2d6. 11.
God damn.
God.
Yeah.
Nice.
As soon as that fireball rips, your zombie just, like, slams into the ground and launches up over the fireball, continuing to trail this mage. And this guy, you know, he is just screaming. Anybody else want to take action now?
I would like to try to use Misty Step to get closer to the guys with the crossbows.
Sure. Which one? The one nearest the wall or the one in the cart?
The one nearest the wall.
Sure.
I
If you do
believe
this,
there
you'll... What?
I was gonna say, aren't there 2 swordsmen running at us?
There are
in the
2
wall?
swordsmen running at you, but Misty Step allows you to teleport, so she literally could just
Oh,
teleport
okay.
past the swordsman.
Mm-hmm.
I don't believe I teleport with her. If I...
No, you do.
You will not teleport with her.
gonna
Yeah,
be so
roll
confused.
Misty Step.
I'm picking you up off my head, setting you on the cart.
Oh, you can
And
just
I'm going to
disappear. I'll be
try.
Like, what?
Cast a spell.
Fuck!
Yikes. A 7 to 9 is cast, but choose one. You choose none of those. Yeah, you confidently look like you're getting ready to teleport. The mist begins appearing around you, and you start to step forward into the mist, and you are very quickly hit with a boot to your stomach as one of the swordsmen steps through that mist, kicking you away from it. Can you take a d4 of damage?
No.
Nice. Yep, you just stumble back a little bit, but straight back into the cart next to ZB. You're not into the cart, but you, like, land against the side of it. But you are not knocked down or anything. You are fine. Anybody else want to do something?
Where'd he go?
I'll take my staff out and attempt to hit the guy that is attacking Boa.
Roll hack and slash with your staff.
Which
Plus
one's attacking
strength,
boat?
so
Is
minus
the
1.
That's
swordsman?
right.
Yeah.
7.
Not your worst effect. You step forward to strike him, and he parries your staff back as he's swinging down towards Nikolai. And he immediately has turned and is now getting ready to bear down on you. Can you defy danger as he swings at you?
Yeah. Fuck.
Take a d6 of damage. Ouch. Yeah, he gives you a pretty nasty cut on your side. And then happily, trips back a few steps and prepares for another one. Elizabeth, what are you doing?
Flames begin to sprout from my bony hands as I conjure a weapon of pure flame.
Yeah. I have to highlight it. Give me a moment. So that's an 8. Okay. This doesn't really explain on a 7 to 9 what it does, but on a 7 to 9 you only choose one. What are you taking?
Taking the +1 damage.
Yeah, +1 damage. Okay. Yep. Your fiery. What did you make? A sword?
I make a fiery sword to duel with these swordsmen.
Yeah, and it springs to life wildly. You can definitely remember that this is a dangerous weapon, and that's me just reminding you kindly. You have a flaming sword, and that's cool as shit. And Elizabeth steps forward. Do you want to hack and slash on one of these guys?
I slash.
Just roll. Why do you make me do this? Is it a 2?
Yeah, I'd miss.
The 2.
You missed terribly. Yeah, you bring forth this cool ass sword, from nowhere, a fiery sword in your arms, and you bring it down to collide with this swordsman, who very quickly, as he makes contact, your sword literally combusts outwards, sending you both sprawling backwards. Can you take a d4 as you land
I didn't mean
behind?
to roll that.
That's fine. Just a d4. Your own sword kind of blew up for a moment in your hands, but it's still in one piece as you get it back under control. I'm gonna say it's percussive blast force. It's more to the landing, not so much the actual fire. The fire would possibly hurt you more. Okay. On the other side of that, you also see the swordsman get sent the same distance on the other side, sprawling, and just hit a rock on his head, and he's just like, ah! And he stands up. He's pissed off, though, and is glaring at you. Oh, you're spending your fuel? Yep, you can reduce it, so you take none. You as you're flipping back to, somersault backwards, you actually produce a fiery blast from your hands that rights yourself. You're basically Bakugo from fucking My Hero Academia. Congrats. Just kidding. You're a much more interesting character, I promise.
Or she's so cool.
But yeah, and you've got your sword back under control and are ready for the next round. ZB, what would you like to do?
Well, since I see that boat has disappeared, I think that the bad guys have took my friend. So I'm gonna look, and the first person I'm gonna see is the archer at the cart. So I'm gonna be like, "You took my friend," and I'll do a curse. That's the only ability I have. Which
Do
the
you have
curse,
any boon?
I do have one boom. We started with one boom. That's the only boom I have.
Oh, that's true.
Um,
Okay, yeah, curse.
When you curse a person, creature, or place, object, say the curse out loud, spend one bloom, and roll plus wisdom. On a hit,
Yeah,
the
I would
curse.
just go ahead and roll. I
Okay,
see it
okay.
all. Don't worry.
Boom.
That's not good.
Did I roll it?
On a miss, you choose 1. So you rolled a 6.
The curse only affects which you want it. I'm gonna do the curse only afflicts what you want it to do, and I am gonna change that archer's hands to be its feet,
Okay.
and his feet to be his hands.
And which one? Which thing did you
It's gonna
take?
be the one at the cart. Curse.
Well, no, I mean, but which thing did you take?
The curse only affects
that which
that
you wanted
which
to.
you want it to.
Okay, so not how long it lasts and how it can be
Yeah.
broken. Okay. Yeah. How do you curse him? Say it out loud as ZB.
I'd be like, "You took my friend," and then I'll squint and do like this little ball in a shape, and it it'll kind of be like a burst, a tiny burst of a magic explosion look like, but it actually it just changes the guy's hands to be his feet and his feet to be his hands. For the archer over at the cart.
Yep. He is fully aware that you did it though, and looks at you.
Doesn't matter. You can't hold this crossbow with feet.
You watch as he actually is steadying it, trying to steady it, and is just going for like a hip shot with the his big toe on the trigger and the other foot steadying it. And he's just gonna rip it at you. Can you roll Defy Danger? But you can roll with advantage.
Okay, I got
So
you.
plus Dex.
So 2d6 plus Dex.
Yep, and you can roll twice and take the higher of the 2 results.
All right. Boom.
Okay,
And boom.
Or
Okay.
yep, you dodge it.
Perfect.
It flies so wide. You would have had to go out of your way to get hit by that. This man is so pissed off though about his feet turning though that he is like, you have his attention, good sir. That's the man by
thought
the
he'd be
gate.
more worried and confused of what happened, as he doesn't know. Well, I
I
mean,
mean,
he
you had to say it out loud that you were cursing him, right? You say
Well,
the curse out loud, and he watched everything go down. So I'm pretty sure he understands what happened. He just doesn't. He's trying to figure out what to do about it now. He's cursing as he
quick
tries to reload a crossbow.
That's fair.
Go. Derek, can you roll another Defy Danger for your monster?
My monster.
Yep. Another fireball gets launched towards your monster. This mage is he is panicking as panicky as he can. He doesn't know what's going on or how this thing appeared. We'll just mark that he avoided it for now. Once again, he kind of he doesn't leap over this time. He does a limbo stance and just dodges underneath it, his giant arms flopping over his head. But that kind of it tips his weight, and then you see he just falls on his ass because he's trying to figure out how to balance himself again, so he's going to be out for a moment as he tries to stand up. Let me see. Copse, you defy danger as well as that swordsman is bearing down on you. Perfect. Yeah. He brings a sword directly at your face, but you very easily can, of course, block it. Ding! Just knocks it to the side. Let's see. Okay. Anybody want to do anything?
I I'm going to retaliate.
Yeah, go
I
ahead.
would go back to the order.
Or, well, I guess, is it me first? Yeah, that's fine.
Oh, you can go
Uh,
first. That's fine.
I'm going to attempt to smackadoo him. I'm going to fail.
So sad. So sad. In your prime.
This is how I get my XP.
Yep. This is how you also get your damage. Take a d6.
Take a d6. 5.
Yep. You watch as after you had deflected his thing, you went in. You are fully in the throes of fighting this man, and he is enraptured with attacking you as he brings his sword cleaving back into that same side he hit earlier, giving you another large, nasty wound, which blood would flow out of if you had blood that flowed properly. I'm sure that's normal. Elizabeth, what are you doing?
I go at my enemy again to slash.
Num num.
Nice, you hit. Roll your damage. I heard it. There it is. Nice. Yeah, your sword of fire tears up into this man, rendering his flesh bubbling and his screams loud. It does not kill him, but he looks fucked up because of the way that just scarred across his body. His shirt is still on fire, and he is freaking out. Nikolai, what are you doing?
I'm gonna attempt to do the same thing again. I want to go at the...
You want a Misty Step?
Yes.
Sure.
Finally.
You did it. Which crossbowman are you going to? The one by the gate who's had his feet and hands changed, or the one in the cart?
I thought the one in the cart was the one that had the feet and hands changed.
Oh, I assume ZB had done the one on the gate. ZB, which one did you change his hands out?
CB!
ZB!
Hi.
Which guy did you curse? The guy by the gate or the guy in the cart?
The guy by the cart.
Oh, okay. Alright. Yep, the guy
And I
in
go
the
to the
cart.
one at the gate.
Sure. Yeah, you appear behind the one at the gate. You step out of your mist. He has no idea you're there.
I am going to take my sword and try to slash at him.
Go for it. Hack and slash, add a +2 to hit. Thank God for that +2, huh?
Yeah, no kidding.
Do you not? I thought you had strength. Or I guess not.
I do have strength.
Oh, then it would have been a +3. So you would have been fine.
Is it?
Yeah, because I gave you a +2 on top of your strength modifier because it's hack and slash.
Okay, well then it's a 9. But it's the same.
Duh!
I get you now.
Yep. It's a 9. Doesn't change the result, but it's a 9.
Right.
Yeah, you roll your damage.
Alright. These. Nice.
Nice. That's a good cut into him. He is shocked when a blade pierces into his shoulder and lets out a yell, but he turns fast as your blade enters and you feel your blade leave your hands and go toppling sideways in the most
Great.
unexpected twist of the motion. But this guy screams and is turning to you with the crossbow. And we'll look at what ZB's doing.
Let's see. I think my next course. Are they wearing like hoods and stuff like that?
Yes. Well, some.
Let's see.
I'd say the guy
Guy
in the
has-
robes and one of the...
The guy has a robe. His feet are hands, and his.
No.
I think the only other thing I can do right now is glimmer. So I'm going to do a illusion magic trick.
I mean, you can still attack things normally, can't you?
Can I?
Fight the shit out of them.
I mean, you have a wasp launcher.
I
don't
only
you?
have the wasp launcher. Yeah.
Yeah.
You have
You
a
also,
lot.
but you also, yeah, can just claw and attack people. It would just be melee. Just to remind you, your damage die is almost always
my
the same.
D4.
Yeah, you're always gonna roll a d4, basically no matter what you hit with, but you'll usually get like modifiers depending on certain weapons.
Mhm.
The weapons just change how you hit things.
Yeah.
Yeah, so
Don't-
you can just keep that in
I would
mind.
have to get in melee range, which I don't think I need to.
True, you can do whatever you want. Go ahead and roll a glamour if you want to. I was just reminding you. I know it's been a while since you played Dungeon World.
Would I be able? No, I can't do a spell or like a trick and then a damage. Shit.
Maybe not right in a row, but potentially.
You know what? I will try. I'll try hit the one of the slayers that are right next to the cart, or one of the swordsmen next to the cart. Let's see. I think the one right next to Derek, or over near Corpse.
Copes.
The one that, the one that attacked him, and I saw that, and I was like,
How are you
and I-
hitting him? Or you're hitting him with glamour? Or...
I'm going to I'm gonna see it being shocked, and I'm gonna roll up into a ball and like beeline right to his face if I can, while he's distracted. Him
Sure.
and Corpse are fighting.
Roll a hack and
And-
slash.
Okay, that is, what is that?
36 plus strength.
Shit. Fuck.
Yeah, you curl up into a ball like Sonic the fucking Hedgehog.
But
and
I
you...
can't see.
No, and that is exactly the issue. You cannot see as you launch yourself that he is actually moved. And you find yourself colliding with Copse's head, sending you both kind of staggering for a moment. Neither of you taking damage, but Copse, your head is ringing from that hit, and ZB is like, you are just very confused and know that was probably not your best idea, but maybe next time it'll work.
Did I get him?
I just wanna grab him by the throat and throw it at him.
Are you throwing
Oh my
ZB
God.
at the guy?
I'm
That's
gonna
fair.
throw ZB at
Yeah, I'll let you
Oh.
volley. Go ahead, volley with ZB.
Oh shit.
What is a volley?
Volley is plus dex.
Plus
Oh,
the hey,
shit.
I can do a
It's a different
regular
type.
roll. Hey, I failed.
Oh my god.
ZB, I'll give you the moment that he picks you up and you realize he's throwing you at the enemy. How do you react?
I guess I'd just be shocked and I'd go with it.
You go with it and find yourself once again trying to go into the form of a ball to slam into this guy. But this guy is holding a fucking sword.
Or
And
bounce off his armor.
luckily for you, he just bats you sideways with it. Because he was holding it ready to slice. But he did not expect this to be hurled at him, and he's trying to react. Can you take a d4 of damage as he sends you
do
back?
I also take a 1 XP? Just I don't know the XP system since I
Yes,
failed.
you failed. Yes, anytime you fail a roll, you can mark 1 XP.
Okay.
Although, never mind. We can talk about that later. Yeah.
You said
just mark
1d4?
XP. Yep. Take a d4 of damage, so that's going to be minus whatever your armor is. I think you have 2 armor,
Two, I have
actually. Yeah. So a d4 minus
D4.
2.
Cool.
You take 1 damage.
Unless you have armor.
You want to
That what
describe
he added
how
his
he
armor,
hits?
and
He
that
just
was the minus 2.
deflects and slashes in a
Hmm.
sense?
No, so you're gonna take a damage. You're just taking a damage to like the impact as you hit the cart again. He
make a
literally
little-
like bats you out of there like with a little yelp. He's like, ah! And he like hits you back, and you hit the cart. And then he he's very confused where you pulled that from or how you got hit with it in
Or
the first place.
what hit him?
Copes. Yeah. But he stands up and he readies to strike again. Who's next? Did you all go?
I think it's Corpse technically.
Or
Unless
I think
Oh,
ZB
Liz
was
was
last,
on.
right? Yeah,
Yeah.
we all went. Okay. Let's see.
Oh, corpse. Yeah.
My corpse didn't get to go because
it fell. It lost its balance while it tried to dodge the last thing, so it lost its chance to go. But as we roll around, it's going to take another fireball being launched at it. This mage is a one-trick pony, and, normally that would scare away peddlers and, adventurers that are unprepared. But your zombie is unfazed as another fireball slams into it, dealing a d6 plus 2 damage.
D6 plus 2.
Yep.
5.
Ouch. He's still alive, right?
Yeah. So what did the previous attack do? Already forgot.
I think it was 3.
3.
I don't remember off the top of my head. You have to keep track of these things.
Yeah, he's alive with 2 hit points. No, 3 hit points.
Okay, so he's alive, and that's what matters. The smell of cooked flesh hits the air as this zombie is impacted with a fireball, but finally has its moment of glory to attack. And you watch your thing just start slamming its way over towards this guy. Can you hack and slash?
Yeah, so it'll be... Do I add the...
Strength modifier, so it's plus 2. 2d6 plus 2.
Fuck.
It does not.
Jesus Christ. I rolled 5 twice for the 4th thing.
You watch, after that smell hit your nose, you turned and you watch your zombie. You realize you probably didn't proportion this thing correctly, because it is top heavy as hell. As it finally gets up and it launches itself, it is again staggering around trying to get to this guy, swinging its arms wildly, and it's roaring out of frustration, and you feel frustrated for it. You guys watch as Mr. Feet for Hands glares back at the party, and finally just goes, "I give up." And he drops the crossbow. And you watch as his feet magically return to being hands. And he's like, "What? What?" And he is just shocked. And we turn to the other guards. Elizabeth, can you defy danger as the one swordsman is coming in at you? They always take a moment. You're not going to take damage to this. You wield your sword in such a way that when you block it, another percussive force launches you 2 apart. And you are starting to realize that if anyone else had been around you while you're wielding this weapon and not controlling it well, this might be an issue to your teammates if they were to be launched. So you might want to keep this sword away from your team as you're fighting. But not just this sword. I'm sure your next one will be better. And then Copse, what do you want to do?
I'll attempt to hack and slash.
Are you sure?
I'm attempting to hack and slash.
Alright.
I'm failing to hack and slash.
So much XP, man.
Copse is going to level up 12 times over in this session. That's why I was thinking to myself, I was like, we might want to talk about if your corpse during contact.
I wasn't using my corpses.
Okay, I was going to say, don't take XP from that, probably. But
no, I wasn't.
Maybe your next goal will still learn from your mistakes.
Take a d6 of damage.
What's your health right now?
I have to defy danger, don't I?
Yeah, that was your defy danger. What's your health right now?
14.
I'm just curious. Okay, I want to make sure I'm not going to kill you on the second session with, unlucky rolls here. I want to kill you with normal damage. Take a d6. Ouch.
Oh my god.
I'm going to kill him with normal damage on the second session. And I'm going to feel bad, but I'm not going to feel bad. Luck of the dice, baby. Alright, yeah. This guy, he has your number on that side. And he just, for some reason, no matter how many times you're hit there, perhaps it's the fact that you don't fully feel the pain, you don't block it properly. It is like your blind spot. as he tears up into that side, and there's just a large gouging of flesh on your side.
I just
And-
begin to start laughing maniacally.
He is off put by that, but still gouges the flesh and then backs off a step. He has his arm poised and ready to deliver another strike. But that might not come yet. Nikolai.
Can I see what's happening from where I am with those two?
Oh, you can see everybody from where you are.
Cool.
You see the whole fight.
The guy that Copse is fighting, I want to attempt to cast Hex on him.
Sure.
I will. Let me pull this up. I'll put myself in a spot.
I was gonna say
That
that's
was a-
probably happening anyway. That makes sense.
Yeah.
What's your hex do?
doo-doo.
The creature becomes weak and tired and deals -1d4 damage until they purge the shadow. In addition, while the spell is ongoing, you and your allies take +1 against the creature, and you take a -1 to any other spells. So keep in mind, Copes, if this guy deals damage to you, again, you'll take -1d4, and you have a +1 to hit against him for now. Okay?
So hopefully that shouldn't keep you alive, or at
Hope
least help.
Copes remembers that, because I probably won't.
I'll keep it in mind.
Yeah, when we last had stepped away for the moment, this man had leveled his crossbow back at you. And as you turn to throw the hex, the crossbow triggers. Can you defy danger?
See, my dex is. Boop.
You do defy danger. Yeah, you. How do you dodge the crossbow bolt as it rips out of the crossbow directly at you from a very short distance away?
I imagine Nikolai, he's, snapping his fingers to put the hex on the other guy, and just in the corner of his eye, he sees this guy level the crossbow at him, and he just yanks himself backwards, even if he might trip or fall over.
Yep. You have yanked yourself backwards further away from your sword that fell last time.
Mm-hmm.
Yep, but you did dodge the crossbow, and as it slams into the door, the guy goes, "Fuck," and he starts trying to reload. ZB.
I can try to distract the guy with a crossbow underneath the cart as he's contemplating his choices, or I can really help out Corpse. I'm trying to figure out which one I can kind of
Stop him
do.
from being a corpse.
All right, I'm gonna do that. I'm gonna help Corpse in a sense, and I'm going to actually use Glamour, and I'm going to, as Corpse is maniacally laughing, I'm gonna have it where the guy with the sword, the enemy with the sword, sees that this black mist comes from behind Corpse in a sense. Let me actually roll to make sure it lands,
Sure.
if that's okay.
Yep.
Or do you want me to explain how?
I mean, either way, I'll ask what you were trying to create.
Oh, okay,
right?
okay. So what is it? It's a
You did just get hexed by Boat, but I don't know that anyone else would really recognize that, at least, so.
He just feels tired suddenly.
So it's
Now he's blind.
There we go. Oh,
fine.
perfect.
Nice.
What were you trying to create?
So this because it is a 10, it's going to be a dark mist that flows around in a sense of Corpse in a sense, and the guy's visual of his surroundings kind of like darken. It feels like he's only like all by himself now, and he's only in front of Corpse maniacally laughing. Maybe his eyes turn red too, kind of like if he's a demon in a sense.
Yeah. This guy
God.
has just been hit with a wave of tiredness and feels exhausted. Even though he's clearly been winning this fight, he feels so tired. And then suddenly he has this look of horror staring at you, Copes. You don't know why, But this man looks like he's just seen the devil himself and is like backing away from you as quick as he can.
What got you so scared? Is it your death that's coming? Because I won't let you die that easy.
And as he says it, it's in the guy's actual mind. It's like saying in like a deep, echoey, like villainous like tone in a
Oh yeah,
sense.
this man is having a bad trip. Like he's not having a good time with whatever he hears
So
from him.
anything that
Yeah.
Corpse is saying is like a demonic kind of like.
Yeah, he has taken a step back from you, Copes. Meanwhile, we flash back to our friendly neighborhood golem, flailing about, giving our local neighborhood mage, who's not having the worst time with this actually, a chance to roll a fireball and hit him. He shoots another fireball at your guy. Oh my god. Take a d6 plus 2. I think that'll kill him either way, won't it? Because it'll be 3. Yeah. So that kills your guy.
Yeah, my golem's dead.
You watch your beautiful golem that you painstakingly put all this effort into. That was so, you have your momentary like flashback episode with it. You remember snipping the fibers to put it together. You remember, singeing other parts. You remember this ungodly monstrosity like it was just another child, a failed child though. As the fireball envelopes it, and you watch all the flesh begin to melt and sizzle and fall off in different places, and it lets out one final as it falls apart and is no longer able to move in any ways. That flesh will certainly be unusable.
I don't have the trait to reuse bodies anyways, like that I've already used.
Yeah. Yeah. And the mage now is finally freed up, breathing heavily and trying to just take a moment to get himself composed.
How much mana this man got?
I don't think... Did your guy hit him again after the first hit?
No, I only hit him the one time.
I was gonna say, he hit him at the start because of the surprise round, but after that, he just happened to miss everything.
That's 4 fireballs he shot now.
Yeah, man. He was in a state of panic for his life. I don't know if I would call it beautiful, said Ramen. You don't talk shit about Derek's child.
I'm gonna make a bigger one, just you wait.
The guy in the cart has finally picked up his crossbow again and reloaded it and is now looking for his next target. The guy with Nikolai is also reloading his crossbow, staring at him angrily.
Wait, wasn't the corpse invisible the whole time or no?
No, only so when it
Okay.
attacks, it lost invisibility. So it got advantage until it hit that first strike, and then it was visible, which is why the guy just focused all his time on it instead of attacking you guys.
Mm-hmm.
Elizabeth, you and this swordsman are spawned to take on him. He threw a Molotov and killed him. That's true. The Left 4 Dead 2 understood it was the mechanic he needed to survive.
Smart.
Elizabeth, you and this man across from you have this space now after the last blast. And he looks at you and he looks around at how, like, horrifying this situation has become. But he doesn't feel like they're losing. But he looks at you and he points the sword and he goes, if you guys just surrender, give us your stuff, you can just leave with your lives.
Num num.
Num num. He didn't say it.
Oh, hell no, boy, you ain't. Buddha, take our schnitzel.
What did she say?
He said, oh, hell nah, boy, you ain't Buddha, take our schnitzel. You ain't about to take that shit. Alright. He levels his sword and begins to charge at you again. I'll give you the chance to respond first, because you had distance, though. Would you like to hack and slash? Or if you have something else you want to do.
I cut him down before he gets close.
Hack and slash. Roll your damage.
Oh shit.
You had already done a lot to this guy. Describe how you kill him with this slash. He was the only one really struggling in this group. Everyone else has had a much worse time. And then after you describe that, we'll go back to Copse, I believe, will be next. My god, he's writing a short story.
You asked
There
me
we
to
go.
describe.
I did. You know what? That's on me.
Lay it on us.
As he charges towards me, I feint and thrust straight into his head, and the flames burst out of his head, exploding it.
Exploding
An
it.
interesting
Oh
way
my
to
God.
put it, but yes.
Holy
all of this
shit.
occurs and the blood and guts just fly all over. An ironic thing that occurs in front of the skeleton lady as she turns back to face the group. Meanwhile, Copse.
I cast Create Undead on the body that was just made.
Can you make it on a body that the head has been blown off of?
As long as it's not half a body, yes. So I can do half a body and I can do one body, but with just the head missing, it still is usable. There's no restriction on it.
Or just one entity. And it doesn't require time. Let me just double check real fast.
Alright.
Any combination, make the following undead serpents. Sure. You know what? Go ahead, roll. Create the undead.
Alright. And okay. So it's going to be
And while you do that, can you describe what it looks like for you to do it?
like the ritual.
Yeah.
A bunch of like green and black like magical particles will swirl around me, and then will go like from my staff, like up, like from my body around my staff, and then over to the now corpse.
Okay. Yep. Roll it.
All right. It's a 7.
Thank God you described it. I think Arkent was about to mow it down
On a
again.
7 to 9 as above, but I tell you the complications.
As always.
Sure.
Eventually, I'll make one of these things perfect.
Consider it one body. You've created your undead hordling. They have basic moves with a plus modifier. What stat? It's not going to be intelligence or wisdom.
It's definitely blind.
It'll be. Is it just one stat? Just strength.
Just strength. Yeah, okay. So it takes a +1 to strength. This is a hordling. It has 2 HP. No, I see. It's +1 to all damage. Oh, that's really... I don't think I really understood that mechanic, but that's interesting. When you make individual ones, they count as one being, even though they're like separate. You just have a horde that runs at people.
Yeah.
That's funny. All right. Yeah, you have a 2 HP undead that arises. Elizabeth, you watch black particles whip past your face and it envelope the corpse behind you that you left as it stands back up with its sword in hand. Elizabeth watches in horror as the man without his head. Is he still alive? Wait, never mind. I saw Copse do this before. Yes. Luckily, you've seen it before. The downside to all of this, Copse, is that you have clearly left yourself wide open to the man with the sword that's watching you reanimate his companion as he swings at you again. Can you defy danger?
Is he not still stunned and paralyzed in fear?
Don't I get a?
Ooh,
Don't I get?
That's a good point.
modifiers?
Yep.
I
I can understand if the crossbow guy decided.
Well, you would
to,
get a
like,
+1
back in the
to
action.
hitting him, but
but-
it's not like that. No, that's a good point, CB. He stands up and looks like he's trying to become brave enough to swing at this thing that's clearly like,
Trembling.
yeah, in his mind, he's seeing like this horrific demon resurrecting his friend right in front of him. And he's just like, this is a stomach-turning horror movie to him. Which would all be fine, but also the other thing to remember is the guy in the cart had just reloaded and picked up his crossbow, and he's shooting at you. So you avoid one, but you'll take the other heat for that moment. You put yourself in a spot, basically. Can you defy danger as a crossbow bolt's coming at you? Ouch. Take a... What was I giving with that?
Minus 1d4.
If only he was.
That
looking at
was
me.
for the reduced damage, though.
You sure he doesn't aim at me?
Take a
Corpse
d4
dead.
plus 1, Copse.
A D4 plus 1.
Who actually writes down damage die, you know? That would be a smart thing to do. Hey, at least I've written down the fireball stat. Alright,
Take 4 damage.
ouch. What the fuck is going on with your rolls, dude? You're taking max damage on everything. Wait, how much health do you have now?
5.
Oh my
What
god.
is this damage from?
This was the guy in the cart that finally picked up his crossbow again.
Oh, gotcha.
Yes.
Yeah,
Oh my
I feared
On
the
the
guy
plus
who.
I'm trying to
side,
help you,
I'm-
man. You gotta work
on-
with me.
On the plus side, I'm at 8 experience points.
Yeah,
may
well, you're
need
gonna be
to-
dead before you can make use of that.
I don't know why I thought this would be an easy fight.
I wish the crossbow.
Notice
I guess
how
that's
much
the
you
luck
back
of the
crossbow
dice.
guy can try shoot me
Um,
instead if you want to change.
No,
up
we don't
this.
retcon things. We're playing
I'm
D&D,
just making
bitch.
Sure. I'm making sure, bitch.
I won't.
It was easy. Look
Just
how quickly I defeated my
die.
foe. That's true. Nikolai.
Well, I can't help him right now, so
You are currently face to face with this man trying to reload his crossbow. Your sword is on the other side of him from you. What do you do?
I am just gonna charge at him and try to punch him.
Sure.
So,
Are you? Yeah, you're just trying to
Just
hack and
straight
slash
damage.
with your fists. Go for it.
yeah. Is
Fuck you, Art.
Sure. Roll your damage.
Okay.
Oof.
Oh my god.
This was the one you had already damaged, right?
Yep.
Yeah, you
I had
killed
him
him.
for 5. Nice.
Another body.
Isn't that basically
Another
a natural
wordling.
20?
Yeah, describe how you beat him to death with your bare hands.
I mean, he charges at this guy, and as he's trying to, attempt to load this thing and aim it at him, he sidesteps and knocks him to the ground, and just starts wailing on him until he stops.
Thank
Sorry,
goodness.
fair enough.
Thank goodness. Boat is like over a wall and I can't see the horrific massacre of just blood and beating.
Just don't look this way. It's
The
fine.
man looks terrified, sad, disappointed, begging, and then he no longer looks at all as his face has become a pile of mush to your fists. Yep, you
Okay,
killed
so-
them, and you stand up off of the body. We go
Am I able-
live now
Alright.
to ZB.
So after I had my eyes all blue, making the whole illusion and all that. I'm wondering if I should keep it on or if I should do another glamour to the guy over at the cart. I will try to distract the glamour over for the guy at the cart. So I'm going to dispel the
Your current
first one.
Yep.
Yeah, so it'll just kind of dissipate. So he's still gonna feel that it, like, maybe he won't feel the intensity of like how powerful in a sense, but
He
it's gonna
just
like
doesn't see
dissipate
the
behind.
illusion anymore. Yeah.
And I'm going to create multiple ZBs. And
ZBs, yes.
because he is an archer, he can only try to shoot one, and I will roll a dice. Let's see. Roll d2 plus boom. A 9. So out of 7, out of 9, they make an assumption, but not the one you were hoping for. So.
No, that's sly words. Glamour.
Oh, sorry.
On a 7 to 9, they're mostly
sorry,
convinced,
they're
but
most
demand some
convinced.
kind of proof. You can tell. You create a bunch of other ZBs that are flying around with you. But this guy is just like staring at you. Because despite that, it's not like you made yourself invisible. He's trying to keep up with the original with his eyes and doing his best. But yeah, you've done that.
Oh
you just
shit!
have
I didn't.
you just have to
I
shell
didn't
game
say.
him.
Yeah, I didn't say that. They go towards him in a sense, like.
Nope. You just said you made
But
them.
yeah,
Right?
yeah, that's why. Yep, I just made a bunch, and he sees fuck.
Yep. He's trying to keep his
Hopefully.
eye on you despite having shot Copse in the back.
I should have said we made a. Like, I should have went into detail, like, oh, we make
They're
like a ball.
multiplying.
We make it like we go into like a ball kind of shape and like just start circling round and round in a ball shape in a sense, and then disperse. And then
That
it's
would have
like,
been the
oh,
play.
which one? I should have done that. Fuck.
Nothing to
At
stop you
least-
from shell gaming him though.
Nope,
Just gotta
I-
keep switching
yep.
places till he can't remember anymore. Be fast.
Exactly.
Yeah, and you do that. The mage has finally like dusted himself off. He's over way behind the cart after having been launched by the zombie that he had to sprint and run from, and he's just trying to run back to the group to get involved again.
I think the closest she's next to is Bo, right?
No.
The
Well,
closest
kind
mage,
of,
'cause
but
the mage was in the
he didn't
town, right?
really, he never saw the Misty Step,
Yeah.
so he's unaware that boat's there.
Oh, okay.
This guy's dead. Okay. Yeah, cart guy is reloading and trying to line up a shot on ZB. Robe guy's trying to get back in it, and our first sword guy, the glamour, has finally dispelled, and he's like, wait a second. You're just a freak! Can you defy danger as he swings at you again?
Oh my god.
Dude, are you gonna die?
Epic, you bastard! I can see in your VTuber face, and
He already rolled it, is the thing, Elizabeth. If we had taken a
Fine,
second.
look, I'm gonna take
Hold
one
on.
damage.
I'll give you the chance, Elizabeth, to roll a defend. Although the issue is you're on the other side from him. You're gonna have to get real creative to describe how you're trying to defend him from this side.
This is still the cart guy?
No, this is the swordsman that's been stabbing the
use your
living shit
fire
out of
hands.
Copse.
Okay, so he at least gets a
Burst
negative
forward.
1d4. if
Yeah,
he does
he'll
take
he'll
damage.
deal less damage is the good thing.
Okay.
But Elizabeth, if you're planning to defend, I need to know how you're stepping in to defend at this moment. And that is a basic move for the rest of you, in case you've forgotten all the moves. And for future, if you're rolling defense, you roll it before the attack even occurs, right? So, like, at the point that the attack would start to come in, then you could say, I'm spending a hold to redirect it to myself, or something along that line, right?
Can I dispel my firebrand and control the lingering flames to divide the swordsman and Copse?
Roll defend. Let's see how it goes first. Check the wording on defend real fast. Thank you for rolling it so it's not white. I know you get hold for that. So yeah, you get on a 7 to 9 you get 1 hold. So you can either redirect an attack from the guy to yourself, have the attacks affect your damage, open up the attacker to an ally, giving that ally +1 forward against the attacker. Also, you had an additional +1 against, or no, I guess this is different. This is different. And it's plus Constitution. You have +2 Constitution? Is that true? Oh my god, you do. God damn.
Our tank.
If you can describe how you're going to redirect this guy, despite you being at his back. I'll say if you want to disperse your own sword and sacrifice it to push these two apart, you can have the attacks affect or damage. Or even deal damage to the attacker equal to your level, but that's only going to be, what, 1 or 2 damage? But redirect, I think you need to do something more interesting than that.
I will have the attack's effect.
Sure.
Num num.
Alright, Derek. We go back to you. Elizabeth whips a flaming sword towards you. That just moments before it hits you, like this guy's sword is about to, it explodes and it's going to have the damage that's dealt as it forces the sword back. Can you take a d6 minus a d4, and then you'll take half of that. Copse, you can do it.
Live, dude. Please live.
I would do an.
I don't think he can die as long as it's halved.
I could do a
Okay,
redirect.
so you're fine.
Oh, thank Christ.
You do not heal, unfortunately, Copse. I'm sorry. But -2 is a good number for you. You take no damage as this Elizabeth's sword exploded just in time to knock the sword back from hitting you. Damn. Yeah. No bonus heals for this guy. Along with the facts that an ongoing hex had actually, slowed him down in the first place, which bought that moment. We go live to... Where were we in this order? Goddamn. I think that was the turn. We go back to the top of the order. Elizabeth. Your sword just exploded. This is your moment to follow up. Actually, you know what? You just rolled to defend, didn't you? I don't know that I should give you that opportunity. Yeah. We'll go to Nikolai.
Oh boy. Alright.
You've stepped away from the mushy-faced corpse behind you.
Yeah.
You
I'm
see
also gonna...
a robed man running towards the wagon, the archer in the wagon, and the man with the sword that's bearing down on Copse still.
Thinking. No, I won't do that. Alright, I suppose Fuck. I'm gonna hope that these two have it handled. I am going to... How far away is the mage that's running?
Not that far from you. You luckily, he doesn't think you're in there, right? He doesn't expect it, so he's not looking and seeing you yet.
Okay.
He's probably just between the cart and that wall. He's about halfway, so he's not far from you at all.
Alright, could I quickly pick up my sword and try to backstab this guy?
You have backstab?
No, you.
I was
know
gonna
what I
say
mean,
you're
just
not okay.
Probably
getting a
not.
drop on him.
Probably. That being said, you'd have to sprint at this guy to catch him, right? So
Right.
it might not be the best attempt. But you know what? I'll give you a chance. Roll. You pick up your sword. Roll with. Yeah. Roll with dexterity real fast. Let's see how stealthy you are as you approach.
Okay. +1. So stealthy.
He has no clue. You are moving quietly and
Fuck.
quickly with a sword in hand. Go ahead and hack and slash. Take advantage on this.
Sure. That was also.
Spear, you are dead. Maybe not.
And...
Yep. Roll your damage.
All right. Oh, nice.
Oof. He's not dead, but he does get a wildly large slash on his back from you. Which looks like it really fucked him up, though. Okay. Yeah. And he is a nasty, wicked scar dude. Not a scar, but you know, he has a nasty wound on his back.
If he lives, which you won't.
After you copse.
Yeah.
You've got
can
the
I-
swordsman. Yeah, what do
Can
you
I
want to
move
do?
my corpse first?
Go ahead.
I have an undead.
Right, you made a new one.
Where
Is-
was that undead? Because it was like it's
It
wherever
was-
Arkent was.
It's on the other side of Elizabeth, who's on the other side of this guy from you.
So it's closer to. So it's closer to me than anybody else. Or
No, it's closest to Elizabeth.
okay, well, what all enemies are left? What, two?
There is the swordsman that's bearing down on you. There's the crossbow guy in the cart and the robed man who just got backstabbed by Nikolai.
I'm gonna have my corpse go after the robed man.
Yeah, you watch this headless creature get up and flex its body, trying to understand what's going on, and then is propelled and finds itself sprinting and waving wildly at this robed man who had just turned to face Nikolai. It's not gonna hack and slash just yet, but it is running. That's a fair distance for it to
But
run.
I had a good roll for once. That was my only good roll.
Oh, did you just roll hack and slash?
Yeah, because I thought I was.
Who
my
told
God,
you to, young man?
There went my roll.
When did
That
the
was it.
DM tell you to do it? Well, you
But it
still
was a
have to do
perfect
something.
roll.
Weren't you going to hack and slash that swordsman
true.
again? Wink, wink,
I-
wink, 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 wink.
I was so it would, but it wouldn't be a plus one. It'd be a -1, so it'd be
Oh
11.
no, an 11.
Still
Oh
a near perfect
jeez.
roll.
Yeah,
This
it's still
guy.
above 10. Roll your
It's a
fucking
crit.
damage die. You're hitting him with you're clobbering him with a club, dude.
1 damage.
Yeah,
What the fuck?
It doesn't even damage him. You fucking, have you hurt this guy at all? I don't think you have.
No, I have not.
Oh my God.
You still have
You-
full health.
0. Yeah, you finally have a moment of opportunity. As this man also he was distracted for just a moment, turning to see the zombie of his comrade run at another one of his comrades, and you just like bonked him on the head. And he's just like, ow! What the heck? Fuck
Yeah, you
off.
like that?
Yeah, what? He readies his sword again.
Oh
He's not
my
going to swing
God.
just yet.
How do you like that? He says as he is within an inch of his life.
ZB, the crossbowman you have his attention. His gun is loaded. He is staring at you. What are you going to do?
I'm
His gun,
going
his
to
crossbow.
have all my how do you say, all my illusions and all that. We're all gonna be kind of circling around the guy right next to Corpse with full HP, kind of like scurrying around, and I'm going to take a hit on him if I can.
Oh, you're going to attack that guy?
Yeah, because gotta keep Corpse alive, you know.
Roll hack and slash, so plus strength. You're biting him.
It's going to be a what 2d6 minus 1.
If that's your strength, yeah. 2d6 minus 1.
Do.
I just don't think anybody can hit this guy.
He is gone.
Let me at him. Let me at
Sorry,
him.
my bad, guys.
No,
I didn't mean to put the boss of the campaign in this session. I gotta move
I hit
him.
him,
now.
ricochet him. I hit a ricochet him, and all the illusions are all scattered everywhere.
He he's not gonna deal damage to you, but you come in and he kind of like gives you a slap to the side of the head with the sword yet again. He's just trying to swat you out of the air because he's just confused. Like he's like, why the fuck is a weasel flying? Just like bonks you.
And there's multiple weasels.
Well, the thing is, he bonks you though, and your glamour
Yeah.
shatters. You lose focus on your illusion for a moment, and the glamour shatters, and that's the downside.
Oh
Oh
shit!
no,
Okay,
he hit
that's
the
fair.
mesmer.
No, I need some XP because I kept fucking. I need some XP because I
Should
keep
have shatter.
fucking getting
Always
my
build
shit.
shatter. Take XP. Mark that.
Yeah, I did. I'm at 3 out of fucking 10.
All right, and your illusion
Okay.
shatter. We'll start with our robed figure. He's going to turn to you, Nikolai, and he looks exhausted. Like you see the pure state of tiredness in his eyes. Like no man should have to launch fireball after fireball at a corpse. Like the mental strain on that alone is just a lot. This guy did not sign up for this part of the life. He's just trying to punch you. Like he is that tired. Can you roll defy danger?
Yep. Double check that real quick. Yep.
Yeah, he's going to try to punch you, but as he's about to connect with your face, Copse, can you roll a hack and slash for your headless zombie? You are both
Oh my
pile
God.
driven by this zombie flying. You're not going to take damage, but it's sending you into the dirt along with this man.
God damn.
Copse, can your corpse roll damage?
Oh my
Where's my
God.
rolls?
That's where they're going.
The corpse slams into him, sending both of you sprawling, but his luck is worse as his head slams into a rock and you just hear a crunch. And he is not getting up or moving as the corpse is just like picking him up and throwing him back into the ground over and over.
Oh my God.
Hulk smash.
There is no scream. There is only the sound of thumping.
Jeez.
Boom. Typical expert tied to a common infected. That really does. That hits me right in my Left 4 Dead 2 bones.
Bro, he's unlocked. He's unlocked.
Yeah. No, he's dead. That crunch was his skull
Dead.
caving in.
Oh no.
That leaves us with 2 people still on the field.
I touched swordsman and a crossbowman.
The
believe
crossbowman,
it's just-
unaware of like what just happened behind him, is taking the shot at ZB. ZB, can you defy danger? He sees
Hell
you.
fucking
He's
yeah.
got you in his sights.
2d6.
He's locked
plus
on.
my
He
dexterity
fires.
plus-
You perfectly dodge.
You know
The
what?
arrow
I'm
whizzes
gonna make
by.
it look like I intentionally dodged that too. I'm gonna be
Of
like,
course.
you know, I'll be like, if I was like a straight line, think of like a cartoon, just like going off to one side and right past.
Just brush that
And then
dust off your
I go.
shoulder. He sighs and goes back to reloading again. Also, clearly did not sign up for flying weasels.
I was thinking of a circle, but I was like,
Let's see. I think those are our last 2, right? So let's roll back around to Elizabeth.
Do I lose my turn because I was knocked to the ground?
Yeah, well, you're just not going to be able to really get back into the
That's
fight with these guys. You can tell me who you're running at, though, once
I
you
mean,
do
I
get
would
your
like
footing.
to, when I get up, start trying to help Copse out.
You're gonna... So there's between you is... It's probably a little farther to Copse's guy than it is to the guy in the cart.
Hmm. Alright, then I'll help ZV.
Okay. No. Alright, Elizabeth, what are you doing? Rolling to defend Copse from the swordsman crossbowman. Sure. You now have 3 hold. And I'll give it to you that you managed to actually put yourself between them this time. You've come around and knocked the guy backwards with your... Well, you don't have a flaming sword anymore. You push him backwards.
After
He
swung at
stumbles
me
back and he recognizes that he has a new competitor, and he looks kind of put off by this. Let's see. Copse.
I'm going to use Create Undead on the bludgeoned face guy that my good pal Nick punched to death.
That's a good point. I'm gonna have to start bringing things that you can't resurrect to fates, aren't I? Yeah. Go ahead. Try to reanimate dead.
All right. Fuck.
That didn't go well.
No, I failed.
You hardcore failed. Yeah, in the moment you take the sparks try to fly out, that swordsman, now recognizing when that happens, is going to try to slip by Elizabeth to hack and slash you.
Oh my god.
Do I need to roll hack and slash?
No, because Elizabeth is going to type in this time frame to use one of the holds, I bet.
Either that or I'll... Oh, yeah, grapple him while he's... Wait.
No, not that. I won't let him!
Wait,
course.
wouldn't that be an opportunity of attack, in a sense?
No, because this isn't 5e.
A
Ah.
whole new breed.
I spend hold to redirect the attack to myself. Indeed.
Arkent wants that XP.
Yeah. The attack starts coming in. Can you defy danger as the hack and slash is inbound for you?
Wait, do you also get XP for taking damage?
No, taking damage,
No.
just for failing to defend.
You can still, or you only spent one hold there, didn't you?
Yeah.
Do you want to spend to have the damage? Or I guess let's roll the damage. We can discuss the order of defense next time properly. Roll a d6. 5 damage. Do you want to spend another hold to have it? He takes the damage. Reducing damage. Instant reduction. Didn't we say that had to be used on the next attack, or is that a previous one that you had? That way you couldn't spend it every time you were attacked. You had to actually have the hold in advance to actually block it. Okay, so you already had one fuel. You just didn't take it from this one. So you'd have one fuel again. Okay, that's my bad. I see. Lo siento. Cool. Then yeah, you take 4 damage from that minus your armor, which I don't think you have much of, do you? You have 0 armor. Ouch. You take 4 damage. My armor is my fuel. Not this time. Well, I guess it is this time. Fair enough. Anyway. Yeah, you redirect. Copse, you watch as Elizabeth, as the swing is coming down at you, jumps in the way, getting a good chip on the shoulder from this, but shrugs it off and pushes the sword aside.
There we go. There's Elizabeth getting that XP now.
That's right.
Elizabeth learning why this guy is just a monster.
ZB, what are you doing?
Let's see. I dodged that. The only thing I could keep doing is just keep trying to hit the guy for either XP or damage.
Felt that.
I could do more illusions, but I keep acing my illusions.
Up to you.
I'll do another illusion. I'm gonna do glamour, and I'm going to pants the armored man in front of us. I'm gonna make him think that he got pants.
I was about to say, are you actually pantsing him or glamour pantsing? Okay, that makes sense.
Either's
Yeah.
hilarious.
You roll to cast the man believing he's been pantsed.
Boop. I
Um,
hope he has heart-shaped fucking underwear, or like
just because it's your glamour, he does appear with heart-shaped underwear,
and it's pink,
and it's pink, of course.
pink with white
Because
hearts.
it's your, it may not be his actual underwear, but that's the glamour you gave him, right? So
Pink
he
with white
believes.
hearts.
He looks down and sees his pants around his ankles. This was the swordsman or the crossbowman?
The swordsman.
Okay.
I thought it was the crossbowsman.
Well, he
Because he
said
took a
swordsman.
shot at CV.
That doesn't mean he has to cast it on
Yeah.
him in response.
Oh, never mind. I
Um,
understand.
Yeah. This swordsman is shocked and embarrassed and appalled that his trousers just fell straight down and he's in his heart-shaped boxers. That
And his friends, are like, "What the fuck as well?" Like, wait.
although
like-
you definitely see a moment where he's like, I don't think I own these, but then the embarrassment wins out and he just tries to cover himself as best as he can. And he's gonna start trying to hop backwards to start trying to pick up pants that don't exist. Let's go.
I stunned him for a turn, guys. That's all
It's
you
true.
know.
Can you defy danger now as one more crossbow bolt is flying at you?
Who, me?
Yes, you.
Easily.
Easy.
Prove it.
It's the 1d2?
It's 2d6.
2d6 plus your
2d,
dex.
2d6 plus my dex, which is plus 1, so, boom. Oh,
It's not the worst.
Semi-success.
It's a semi-success.
as that zoops by me, I'm like, oh.
I'm not taking away your glamour this time, don't worry. I just need to drink some water. Yeah, so the crossbow bolt whizzes up into the air. And it impacts you, but just like in your tail. Can you take a d4 of damage?
Yeah.
It's not a critical, wound. At least not to most Fae.
1d4, let's see. Minus
Weasel.
2 damage.
Right, because you have armor. Yep, 2 damage. Yeah, and it impacts into your tail and then skids straight through the other side. It's kind of.
I kind of look
it's a
down.
small
I kind
ouchie.
of look down, and I like my tail. Like I look down as my tail also goes up in a sense, and I go, "Whoa!"
Whoa! Just like
As
that
it's
part.
kind of like a haircut. It's kind of like a
Yeah.
little haircut. Now the tip of my tail has like instead of it being pointy, has a V.
Yep. And Nikolai, you are at the back of this crossbowman.
Yes.
He's starting to try to reload. He is just taking bolt after bolt out of his bag to try and like kill this fucking weasel.
I will try to attack him from behind.
Sure. Roll a hack and slash. Roll your damage.
Damn.
What did you try to? You tried your sword?
Yeah.
Yeah, you swing with your sword, and he ducks to reload as your sword just goes over his head, kind of cutting him on the side, but he's just like, what the fuck? And he turns, he's like, oh my god! And you are now once again face to face with a man with a crossbow in his hand, leveling it at you as best as he can while he finishes his reload.
And here comes the flying fist.
It's the haymaker. Elizabeth, you currently have defend. As long as you're next to Copse, you can keep your hold. But this man is wary of you both as he's finally trying. Like, you watch him grasp at the pants, and finally, like, he's like, "Wait a second. I'm wearing pants," and he feels his own pants, but he still looks really red in the face. Like, this is still clearly embarrassing. Like, somehow ZB nailed the way his legs look, and like he has
I
very
got his
hairless
birthmark
legs.
just right.
Yeah, it is there, and it is like kind of creeping him out. But you have this moment where the guy is still like, he's not ready to attack you, but he's just getting his wits back about him.
I got his mom heart tattooed just right.
Just right, man. It was on that like lower thigh. You can see it peeking out from the boxers. My God.
So much pee.
Who knows what he'll do?
Can I try to shove him to the floor?
Num num num.
You want to grapple him? Sure. You can we'll call it a hack and slash, right? But you just won't deal your damage if you're trying to grapple him to the ground, right? Go for it. Go. Well, it's a good thing he wasn't swinging at Copse. Yeah, barehanded. Yeah.
+1.
Oh,
wait, no,
true.
yeah.
No, it is this guy. Yeah, +1
Yeah.
because it's +1 to hit because of the hex. It's that guy. Yeah,
It's that guy.
we gotta remember that. Thank you. I told you I'd forget, but you know it's
There's
not
one
my
point where I
job
remembered
to
earlier,
remember
but it was too late
anything.
for me to say anything. So
I don't think it would have changed too much on a lot of these rolls.
nah.
But yeah, it's a success. It's a semi-success. You'll take, as this man, you leap, you know, bony fingers under, I think, gloves, outstretching. Yeah, he's exhausted. And with your hand, you manage to knock his sword away, but that is going to hurt a little bit. Can you take a d4 damage as you knock the sword out of his hand? It's a good thing you don't have flesh to worry about, because you can do shit like that. Ouch. It hurts your bony fingies, but you do get fuel for the pyre.
-1d4.
Yep. This motherfucker has better armor than anybody else in the campaign.
No damage.
I'm building a rail cannon for the next session, so the first hit just kills you. You don't get to. I will not spend my fuel. Yes.
You should take
And
some
it
damage.
You
focuses
don't
Derek.
And you didn't take damage, so I don't think you technically get fuel, right? If your armor outdid the damage, you didn't take damage, so I'm gonna say no, you don't take fuel for that. The guy is tired.
No, he said he's not gonna use this fuel.
He said he did not spend fuel, but then he wrote fuel for the pyre, which means he would take fuel. But because he didn't technically take damage, so he's not taking the
Did he not
fuel.
take 2 damage?
No, because
No,
Boat's
'cause
hex
-8
prevented
for it.
4 damage.
Oh, it prevented it. Oh.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So he took no damage. Yeah, but you can ignore the white boxes. They have nothing to do with it. Yeah, you grapple this guy to the ground. The sword goes flying off, like almost mysteriously and magically. It like rebounds off of your bones. And this guy is pinned down to the ground by you. And you are both scrambling and fighting and wrestling for dominance here. Copse, you watch your companion scrambling and wrestling.
I
I'm
got
going.
him, Copse. Back him up.
Num num num.
No.
I guess I'll attempt to stab him in the face with the bottom of my staff.
Sure. Roll.
And he's grappled, so do I get a bonus?
They are rolling around on top of each other, but I will give you the +1.
So I'll have a 0 then, since it's strength modifier, so I won't lose anything.
You can
Arkent
consider
asked.
that your aid, Arkent. I'm not even gonna make you roll to aid. You already succeeded in that. I guess it worked out. It's also plus an additional 1 because you get plus an additional 1 to hit, so it was an 8 anyway because of boat. You the hex. Roll your damage.
finally hit him.
Yeah. You finally deal damage to this guy. Your staff pierces into his side. And it causes him to, being stabbed in the face. He is like flailing about like crazy, and his hand brushes against his sword, and he gets it back into his hand for a moment. And we're gonna look away to see what ZB's doing. ZB!
Maybe.
Boo. Let's see. What kind of monstrosity do I do today? Corpse is fighting him. I am going to now have my glance over to the archer. While he is distracted with boat, I'm gonna rush in furball cannon wise.
You're
So I'm gonna
spinning.
do that
You're
same
spinning again.
spinning thing. Yep. And I'm gonna hit
Okay.
him right in his face.
I'm just imagining you're Sonic the Hedgehog. I don't know what you want from
For
me. You're
real?
doing the Sonic spin dash, and that's okay. Roll hack and slash. Yeah, 2d6
with -1.
Yep.
Do.
This guy,
Incoming boat.
despite having wheeled to like fight Nikolai, his intent was still to try and, like, if he didn't have to shoot Nikolai, to turn back and fire at you. But that doesn't happen as you come crashing. You're just not going to hit him. You crash into the side of the cart because for some reason you think it's a good idea to take your eyes off of the enemy as you start the spin. And you just completely whiff, hitting the cart and falling to the ground for a moment.
All there's a thump to the cart.
Yeah, Cope, like, Nikolai is barely aware. Nikolai just knows something hit the cart, is totally unaware that it was you.
As I see them kind of like fighting or grappling under the cart in a sense, I'm like, ooh. But
Oh, what are they doing?
They wrestling?
I see stars, I'm just trying to get
Speaking
my
of
head
wrestling,
straight.
Elizabeth, can you defy danger as this guy's trying to bring the sword in on you? Take a +1 for having him grappled. +1.
Still fail.
So +1. Or no, it's defy danger. It's not to hit, so you don't get the +1 to that. Yeah. Take a d6 as he stabs you in the side.
Oh my god. Minus a 1d6. Sorry,
It's
not
'cause
1d6,
you're next to
1d4.
corpses. Because you're next to corpse.
minus 1d4 for the hex. Producing damage from hex. 1 damage. 1 damage.
You're giving us
One
wouldn't-
damage.
You wouldn't spend fire to reduce that 1 damage, would you? I'll take that 1 damage and gain fire. You gain fuel for the fire. Yep. You take that damage, you earn a fuel. Yeah, the sword scrapes into your side, but is still, like, sluggishly moving. He is just doing his best to try and find purchase, but he is in a panic as he is just trying to dodge your fists and, like, trying to find purchase to stab you again, but it's not going great. Nikolai, the cart shook. It sends you off balance just long enough for this man to pull the trigger on his crossbow. Can you roll defy
God damn it.
danger?
Wait, isn't it corpse's turn? I would
No.
think. Okay.
And if you ever correct me again, I'll send you into another cart, you furball.
When does my undead get to go?
Exactly.
I thought it was still content to keep throwing things, but I think you would have to command your undead to do something.
I would assume after me, it would go back to beginning.
Fair.
Would you like
I
to
haven't
give
gone
your
yet
undead
this
a
round.
command?
Yes.
Nikolai, I thought you
I'll-
went at the start of that round.
After stabbing
Maybe.
the
Maybe I'm
man
wrong.
finally, I'm gonna have my undead barrel its way towards the archer and help Nikolai.
Yep. Yeah, it's gonna be coming in fast. Nikolai, your downside here,
Oh, God.
despite dodging again, this corpse has it out for just making your life a little bit harder. as
Apparently.
it jumps straight up into the cart, slamming down next to you, shaking the whole thing wildly. You've lost your footing for a moment.
Ragdolls were
But you'll
Worsey style.
probably, you don't have to run a distance at least, so you could still probably do something here. You're just shaky footing for whatever you're gonna do next. But that thing is now. Can you, Derek? You can roll hack and slash with it.
All right.
Roll damage.
He tried.
Fucking 0 damage.
Oh
Fucking.
my god.
This guy and the other guy are just something else with the way you guys
Can't believe
roll
Derek's
against them.
already
It's
level-
just, they're
level
built different,
20.
dude. Yeah.
Actually.
Well, that he doesn't take XP for his corpses when they fail. Your corpse, it slams into the guy, but it doesn't do much in terms of damage, but it does knock him out of the cart. And ZB, you feel a thud in the ground next to you as this guy lands on his back next to you. Nikolai, you see him land down there. Now it's your turn.
I see who land?
You see the guy land down next to the cart. He has fallen on this side of the cart off of it. The corpse is now confused, wondering where he's gone.
I mean, I'm gonna run for him and try to hit him with my sword.
You want to leap over the side and try to do a downward stab.
Sure.
That sounds badass to me. Go for the roll.
I like the sounds, but I'm also gonna yell at Copse to control your zombies, please. And then I don't do it.
It's okay. You were never destined to do well after the zombie had knocked you on shaky feet. Yeah, you leap over the side and go to stab him, but his eyes snap open and he rolls as you hit the ground and then lay out in a somersault, replacing his spot next to ZB.
Listen, I'm just sharing the XP, okay?
Is that what you're doing?
ZB, a second thud is now next to you as you watch Nikolai land in that place.
Friend?
I go, oh, great to see, oh, you're not dead!
No,
Cause remember, I haven't seen Bo since, she disappeared.
Disappear!
And I go to her head, like, looking like I'm, like, crying, and go, I thought you were dead!
Not dead yet. Do you mind helping me out here?
Oh.
Can you fight?
Of course. I'm the strongest one here.
Alright, go to that one. I can start shoving him towards the guy
Which one?
with the crossbow.
The crossbow? Okay.
Yep. Crossbow
wait
guy stood
till-
up and is trying to reload again.
I gotta
You
wait
can
for...
go. Go ahead.
My
Yeah.
turn.
You
Ah.
buddy.
Skip,
The
you
point
are-
of Dungeon World is that there's not a hard set turn order, but you have to. If you ever feel like I am skipping, you just remind. But I will try to get to you all in a form of turn order. I just have to remember it myself.
Alright, I'm gonna just try to hit him again.
We have loose combat rules to keep combat exciting.
2d6 minus
flowing.
1.
Are you biting him?
I'm gonna bite his leg.
Yeah. You don't deal damage because he tries to kick you off of him, but it sends him off balance, and his crossbow falls out of his hand, and he cannot finish reloading. He is now on his butt with his crossbow on the ground near him.
Okay.
Copse. You as a person.
I would like to attempt
fucked
to create an undead with the corpse again that
Of the mage.
no, not the mage, the one that I've already failed to do. Try it again.
Oh, the mushy face.
Yeah.
I see. Go ahead.
I did
Yes.
it.
You have animated him. Are you having him join the horde?
Yes, he is joining the horde.
There is now a
Why
2
not?
zombie horde as he also leaps up onto the cart next to the other one. And they are both standing there for a moment. Let's see here. For each undead in the hordling
Both
has
blind.
2 HP, so they are now a 4 HP entity. And for every 2 undead in the hordling gets +1 to all damage rolls. So it will now get a +2 to damage. So you deal a D4 +2 with this thing.
Alright.
No, you deal a D4 +1. It's
You want me
every
to,
2.
you
Oops.
want me to hack and slash or wait? Since I just summoned it.
Yeah, well, let me see. Left 2 is finally ramping up the spawns. We have the horde!
I look at them. I go, zombies.
just realizing. Let me double check something. I think everyone has just about gone in that order. Actually, Elizabeth, I don't think you actually went this turn. You have the guy grappled. What do you want to do next?
Choke him out.
Or did you go that turn?
No, he blocked the
Yeah.
attack.
Elizabeth, what do you want to do? Tell me what you want to do. I've already asked. I'll live with my decision. That's the D&D way. No retconning.
I
Fuck
am
that,
going
man.
to parley with the person I'm grappling to try to make them stop fighting.
Trying to parlay. Let me check this. Whereas when you have leverage on them and manipulate them, roll plus charisma. Honestly, this guy still feels like he's on top of the world fighting you guys. Can you... Yeah, roll with charisma. Let's see.
Does he feel like he's on top of the world though? He's been tired and pantsed.
Yeah, but like...
It's been a time.
Despite all that, he is giving
still
an
winning.
ass whooping to Copse and like is fighting tooth and nail on par with Elizabeth. Like,
Fair enough.
Elizabeth, what do you say to him? Well, how are you trying to parlay with him? Parlay.
Just look around you. All of your men are dead. Give up now, and we won't hurt you.
He looks around and he sees all of his men are actually undead. And there's still one alive trying to fight the other 2 on his ass. And he sighs. And he goes, if you agree to just let us go, we'll just walk away. We'll all just walk away.
Okay, drop your weapon at the very least, and I will let you walk away.
He drops his weapon.
You gotta let him tell his ally to do the same, to try to convince him.
Hey, you're not over here. Don't
Don't
you
metagame.
I know. I
metagame.
can't hear the conversation.
I'll
you
fight
know?
you.
If
Don't
I could,
you-
if I could have heard the conversation, I'd be like, okay, but
Well,
you
it's a
also
good
gotta
thing
keep
you
Metagaming.
didn't. So
refreshing,
no
you pirate.
metagaming and telling Arkent what to do.
Fuck. This is bullshit. I'm kidding.
I let him go and put myself between him and his weapon.
Yep. He leaves it there and stands up. and puts his hands by his head and begins stepping backwards away from all of you slowly. He also had said let us go, so he, after a few steps, he looks back and waits for you to get the other guy freed.
Call off your undead cops, Nikolai. They're giving up.
Yep, you guys all hear this.
I
The man with the crossbow puts his hands up in front of Nikolai and ZB. He's like, please, I just want to go home.
Nikolai stands up after being knocked on his ass and points his sword at this man.
Please, we surrendered. We're just gonna go. We're just gonna go. Please.
How many people have you done this to?
The guy next to you, Elizabeth, goes, talking wasn't part of the deal. We're leaving.
I tell him, where's your buried treasure, you pirates?
listen, Copse is full blown evil. He doesn't care. He just sees bodies and he needs more corpses for his arsenal. So I want can I have my 2 corpses jump the now disarmed crossbowman?
Yeah. Go for it. They
shit.
leap off of the wagon, hack and slash.
Alright. 7 and 8.
He...
Wasn't a part of the deal. Ah!
I don't think you roll as one entity for the horde, by the way.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So it would be the
Take
7.
7. Yeah. Wait, then don't I get a +1, another +1 then?
No, because it's a +1 modifier to 1 stat. They act as one entity
But it
with a
was
+1 to 1 stat.
And
But
then a +1 to
the hit.
attacking. Or that
So
just,
they
oh,
have,
that's for
they have
damage.
4 HP and their damage gets a +1 for having 2 in the horde. So if you had 4, you would have a +2. 6 is a +3, etc.
Epic.
It's a
Would I
literal
be able
horde.
to say that, would that be with advantage because he is disarmed and they think we wouldn't attack?
I don't know. I'm
'Cause he
pointing a
did roll-
sword at
he
this
did
man.
roll-
I'm
I
was-
did
fine.
roll 2.
I'm fine with the 7. I'm fine with the 7.
I was gonna give him a +1 because the guy was literally on the ground anyway. I wasn't gonna give him advantage to it.
Okay.
But yeah. Roll damage for the horde.
All right. So it's 1d4 plus
Plus
2.
1. Plus
Plus
1.
2.
+1. For every 2 undead, you get a +1. You just hit 2, so you get a +1 to damage now.
Oh yeah. It's 3.
And I say, hopefully convincingly shouting, the zombies are attacking!
The good news is, that was the first damage he took. He...
With the crossbow guy?
Yeah,
Oh no, he had armor.
No,
Never mind.
yeah.
Right.
No one actually hurt him up until now. He, as soon as the zombies descend on him, he runs. He gets scraped and like feels their bony claws dragging and scraping down his flesh, and he just takes off into the fields as fast as he can. And the other guy who was there also just takes off as fast as he can next to Elizabeth. He's just gone.
And I chase after the one I was pointing my sword at.
Sure. Yeah, you go ahead. Give me a roll with Dex to see. Are you rolling to like catch up to him and stab him, or do you have a ranged attack?
I just want to try to catch. Oh, actually. Oh wait. Okay. The other guy, actually. I won't chase after this guy. Can I cast Eldritch Blast on the guy that's Corpse and Elizabeth has been fighting? Since he has Hex on him.
He does have Hex. You'll get a -1 because he is hexed. You want to cast what?
I'm dissipating the spell. Eldritch Blast is if I have an ongoing spell, I dissipate it and use that energy. and deal my damage.
What is that under?
It's
the
on the
last
basic
thing.
moves, the starting moves, yeah.
Using iris. It's one enemy you can see. Oh my god, that's so strong. They don't even get to dodge it.
Mm-mm.
They just
But
take the
it's
damage.
because they were already under the effect of that, and if I dissipate it, I can use that energy from it.
We might
hurt
need
them.
to take another look at that in the future. But yeah, right now, go for it.
Okay.
Deal your damage plus the spell level, so +1.
Is she doing that to the swordsman or the crossbow?
The swordsman.
Oh shit.
Because he had the hex on him.
The one that
Yeah.
Elizabeth had promised he'd be fine. Okay. You see your hex start to dissipate, and then from the inside, his skin looks like it's withering a little bit. But he doesn't die. He continues his sprint, and he's running faster now that the hex has been released.
I am gonna try to hit the guy running who had the
crossbow. Yep.
But I am going to use his crossbow to launch myself. And I don't know how it works. So I'm going to actually no, I'm gonna see, is there already a loaded arrow inside the crossbow?
There's not a loaded arrow, because I think you had prevented the loading the last time
Okay,
before you
then
fell
I
over.
will launch myself, and I'm going to have it the crossbow sideways instead of actually like how it's supposed to be.
I don't know that you could actually launch yourself with a crossbow. In the way you're thinking, I don't think you could properly, like... Because you can't hold the crossbow, you would have to climb into it and then pull it.
Well,
And
it would
weasels are
have to arc
definitely
that.
big for a crossbow.
Fair, but yeah, no, I
No.
understand.
I don't think you're gonna be able to launch yourself with a crossbow. At least not in the way you're thinking.
Well, I have wings, so it's gonna be like help me go like super fast at like a faster speed in a sense, you know? Because all I have to do is put my back legs on the string and then have my front legs on the bow of the crossbow.
You're gonna make me start to wonder about physics, huh?
And then I have the tail to pull the trigger, and then boom. And then it's
that
just,
the thing's on the
it's
ground.
kind of like I'm a missile, and then I have my
Well, yeah,
wings
that's
spread
the
out.
that's the thing. You can't steady this bow to fire yourself, though. Like, how are you angling it up? How are you like actually gonna keep it steady while you fire yourself? That's the thing. Because you literally are just like getting on a crossbow.
Oh, yeah,
it's
you're right.
it's like rickety, rockety, back and forth.
You know what? I'm going to actually, you know what I'm going to try to do? I'm going to try to grab the crossbow, and I'm going to try to yeet it at him. While he's running, try to hit him in the back of the head. Because I don't know how to use a crossbow.
How heavy is a weasel? Sorry, ferret.
Yeah, so I remember it's like a ferret, but a little bigger.
They're not normally very heavy.
I could struggle with it, but I can try to attempt it. But I can also do disadvantage.
If you had a way to steady the crossbow, I'd give you the chance to do it.
The disadvantage of being very small.
But
I
if
can
you
fly,
if you are
I can
really
fly and put it on the cart too, if you want to do that in a sense, which is right there. But
if you want to take the chance to do it by yourself, I'll let you roll it with disadvantage. If somebody helps you or a corpse helps you, I'll let you roll normally. If you are that committed to firing yourself,
I'm gonna
out
look at
of a
Nikolai and I'll be
crossbow.
like, "Fire me."
Am I able to do this? I didn't know if this was going to be during my turn or not.
Yeah, turn order doesn't really matter anymore. These guys
Okay.
have fucking
Okay,
ran.
so I'm gonna do
Um,
1d.
Yeah.
Yep, I do. I assume 1d. It's basically a hack and slash in a sense.
No, you're not. So roll defy danger with dexterity. So
Oh.
roll with dex to see how well this goes to even catch up to him is the thing.
7.
Okay. Nikolai, you take this crossbow.
Mm-hmm.
The flying ferret shoves itself into the crossbow.
Yeah.
and places its feet against the strings, prepared to be launched. You then pull the trigger, propelling your tiny rodent friend up into the
And you
air.
just hear a zip.
Boom! And he is nose to the front, aerodynamics flying. And
My mouth is like a dog out of the car, just going.
yeah, you are headed directly at this guy. On a 7, I'll say you're gonna be close to him. Close enough that you can do something. What do you want to do?
I will try and I guess I'll try to disorient him in a sense. So I'll try to like hit him, so hopefully that like knocks him over and everyone can catch up if need be.
Sure. Roll hack and slash. You can do non-lethal damage, so that's the beauty of hack and slash.
6.
Nope. Take your
That's
XP.
XP.
Hell yeah.
You come in fast. You begin to try and whip your tail around to slap him, and you realize that drag is a thing, and the wind and the air just slow you down, and the man keeps sprinting, and you just fall into the field.
Just.
Derek, your
Yep.
corpses still chasing him?
Yes.
Okay. Give me a roll with dexterity to see if they can catch up to him.
So just 2d6.
Yep.
Nope.
Nope. This man is home free. The beautiful fields of rolling wheat give way to his feet as he flies faster than he's ever fucking ran in his life. He has flashbacks to childhood, winning races with kids. He is living life as quick as he can, and he is feeling young again for the first time in the sense of being a terrified child as
Nice
two
fucking
corpses
Misty
chase him.
stepped.
He's
They-
so
they
cool.
I'm gonna say
Oh,
no,
okay.
because
That's
I'm gonna
fine.
say he's out of range of your
Slug
Misty
shot.
Step because you took the time to shoot a weasel out of a crossbow.
How about the other guy?
Okay, so the other guy also, well, all of you have been
Long
chasing
gone.
this guy. That being said, Elizabeth, was there anything you wanted to do when he took off? Will you honor your word, or will you turn and chase?
I honor my word and start scavenging the battlefield, assuming the others had done the same.
Roger that. He fades into the distance as he also just runs. He runs down the road you guys initially came off down, the opposite way of his friend who ran off into the field of wheat, never to be seen again.
I go back to the party and I go over and I'll be like, guys, the pirates got away. How are we gonna find their buried treasure?
Copse is going to recall his undead and go over to the wizard's body.
Yep.
And cast Speak with the Dead.
Oh no.
And I have since I have my staff still, it's a +1 on top of my +2 for charisma. So it'll be +3.
Where is your Speak with the Dead skill? Oh no, it's a spell book.
Yeah.
Is it from the wizard class or the cleric?
I think it's from the cleric.
Let me double check it. I have to pull that up. Cleric, speak with dead. Oh boy. Oh boy, oh boy. Turn undead? Nope. Definitely not that one.
I can tell you
Speak
what
with
it says.
dead. A corpse converses with you briefly. It will answer any 3 questions you pose to it to the best of knowledge it had in life and the knowledge it gained in death. It hasn't had much time to gain much in death, but go ahead and roll your spell. That'll be your Dark Arcana.
Yeah.
Have,
so like I
have you
said,
seen
it's
that
a
D&D
2d6
movie?
plus
Just be
3.
like, was that a
13.
question?
Perfect. Yeah, the corpse of the magician begins violently shaking and sputtering, and then its eyes snap open and it looks at you from the ground. What do you want?
Where is your treasure?
He blinks. He looks back at the houses. In there.
How many have you killed?
Too many.
Where are their bodies?
In the wind.
And then he just like snaps back dead.
Yep. Eyes immediately shut, and the body goes back to gaining rigor mortis.
Now I'm going to cast Create Undead.
Yeah, I figured. Go ahead.
11.
Alright. Yep. Is he adding to the horde?
He's adding to the horde.
Do you want to make a 3-bodied, or are you sticking with horde?
I cannot use bodies that I already have created.
I see.
There's a
They
advantage
have
that I
to be
take
there
for
at the
that.
time. I see.
Yeah.
Okay, cool.
I have
Yep.
to have recycling.
You now have 3 zombies next to you in a horde, although I think that's your limit, right? 2 plus your level? Or are you level 2?
I'm level 2 currently.
Okay.
Technically, I could be level 3 if you would let me use my XP.
Nope, not yet. You wait, young man. You wait till the end of the session. I guess technically till your next long rest. Yeah, you guys have cleared out the bunch, and you have a 3rd zombie. The
Alrighty.
party reconvenes.
Hi.
ZB flying back from the fields.
I have
Storm up to
hay
Elizabeth.
and
What
wheat,
the hell
or
was
I
that?
have wheat all over inside my fur and shit. And I go put.
Like, shame, we lost some bodies.
Why the hell did you let them go?
Copse is almost dead. I don't want to take any risks.
I don't want to take.
I'm fine.
We had it. We would have been fine. They
He's
were
not
horrible
fine.
people.
I was fine.
See, he's fine.
Are we gonna the flying trumpet out of the room? Are we gonna say anything about the zombies?
Don't worry about it. We'll fill you in on that. That's not the point right now.
I stay on Nikolai's head, just scared of the zombies.
Do you understand what happens if you let people like them go? That they're just gonna do this shit again. That thing, I point to the one corpse that had spoken to Copse, admitted that they've killed so many people. They didn't deserve to get away like that.
Who knows what this response is gonna be, but I'm scared how long this conversation is gonna take.
Maybe you're right. Maybe we should have tried to kill them. But I need Copse alive. You saw what that man was doing to Copse.
I understand. We could have just gotten him to back off, though. Yeah, you know what?
Well,
Forget it.
Nonetheless, there is some treasure we can get, so let's go loot these homes. Better be for our benefit than others.
I'd rather not take blood money, thank you.
Copse is going
You
to
take
go,
whatever you want.
loot.
Yep. You head into the houses.
I'm gonna go with corpse just because he was taking damage. I don't want him to be alone.
Obviously, the barn has very little in it. Any animals that were here clearly were killed to feed these men while they were here. You go into the main house and discern realities for me.
Alrighty. 2d6.
2d6 plus wisdom.
I don't have any wisdom.
Sad. Alright, go ahead. Ask away.
What here is useful or valuable to me?
That's a great question. Looking around the room, you do find a lot of interesting things kind of laying about in different areas. You find this house that you've walked into. Despite being a normal house, there's like art hanging on the walls all around the room. Looks very fancy. When you walk in, the first thing you notice is a desk on the far side of the room that has gold on it. There's 30 gold on that pile.
I take the gold.
In one of the drawers of the desk, you find a potion of healing. That is a potion that when you drink can give you 10 HP.
That hurts me.
Yep.
I'll take the potion.
I think that would also maybe hurt Arkent, but I'm not sure. And you open another... Unfortunately, there is no audience participation. You open another drawer that you find singular bottle with a strange, murky liquid in it. And the outside just reads, the antidote.
Pocket it.
Okay.
Am I alone in this house with the flying rat?
Did you have one question, or
I think I rolled an 8, so
that's just one question? That's the only question you had. Okay.
As you guys don't, I don't think you guys would know, but the race, what ZB's called is called the Zeeble, and I call it ZB because it's the closest thing.
Okay, Arkent's here. I'm going to, as I'm looting, I'm going to be talking to ZB. I'm like, so you've noticed my my undead, I see.
And I look to him, and I while I'm flying, I turn upside down while my head's upside down too, and like I'm questioning. Yeah.
Like they're under my command. They're very friendly to allies. They'll help you in times of need. But my enemies, they prefer crushing their skulls in. It's quite nice.
Oh, they're friends?
They are friends to you as
Am
long
I-
as you understand that I am the one in charge here between us.
And I look to them, I look to you, I look to them, I look to you, I look to them, I look to you. I'm like, that's so cool. I kind of zip over to the zombies, or at least the zombies aren't near or in the building, huh?
They're following me around. So.
Oh,
I
then
guess
I'm like looking at them with awe, like ooh, like if I'm like
one
it's the
missing his
first time
head,
I've
one's
seen it.
face is bashed in. The other one has a broken neck.
Ooh,
Perfect
they
corpses.
love raspberry jelly, I see.
Yes.
Nikolai, did you go inside to do any looting, or you just stayed out?
No, he is
Okay.
sitting outside.
Would
just
I
trying
be
to
able
cool
to
off.
look around and see if anything catches my eye, like
Sure,
anything
discern realities.
shiny? What dice do I roll for that?
Plus wisdom.
2d6 plus.
It's always 2d6 unless it's a damage die.
2d6 plus my wisdom, which is +1. 7.
Ask
Shit.
me a question. Note that Copse just asked me the what here is useful or valuable to
What
me
are
question.
the discern reality questions? Let me see.
What is about to happen? What should I be on the lookout for? What here is useful or valuable to me? Who's really in control here? What here is not what it appears to be? And what happened here recently?
It's in chat.
Yep.
We described just a
You
tiny
posted it yourself earlier.
Let's see. I'm gonna do what should I be on the lookout? Cause or at least
All the thieves are dead, and you're watching as the zombies of the bandits are following you guys around, and you notice a light jingle hits your ear from the pockets of the mage that you guys killed.
yeah, as I'm
Not
like
all of the thieves
investigating
are
the
dead.
mage, and I
Fair
go,
enough, fair enough. Nikolai smart.
And would I be able to see or grab this shiny object?
You I'll get you go into the pockets and you pull out a letter that has already been opened, and there is attached to the wax seal that was on it a small jingling, like, I almost want to say it's almost like a keychain, but it's just like a few pieces of gold ring looped together hanging off of it.
Ooh. And I say to Corpse, look, and I grab the 2 gold rings and I toss the paper up in the air. Bracelets. And I'm holding these 2 gold rings that are bigger than my actual hands.
They're not that big. We're talking like
Oh.
small, like, loops, like smaller than like one of the tips of your finger. Like they are small little interlooped rings.
Oh, I'll be like,
they are
ring!
attached to the wax.
Even though they're like nothing. Oh, they're
Yeah.
attached to wax. Oh, okay. Okay, then I just have the rings on the wax, and I have the paper, and I have it like, if I'm like holding a barbell up, like with both hands straight up, and I'm like, look what I found, to write to Corpse. Another one of Professor's papers.
That took me a second.
I'm gonna grab the note.
I give the note.
The seal, the first thing that catches your eye with this letter is the seal is, it is a large, like the face of a stag. And the loops that are physical objects are actually like pressed in on one of the like horns of its antlers. As if to give the illusion that this stag is wearing these rings. Very elaborate for a seal. The second thing you recognize is that this is a letter, and you open it to read. Good job. You find yourself reading a letter that outlines. One second. Excuse me. You find yourself reading this letter that slowly begins to outline. It's addressed to this group of bandits. It actually says to the HOD. I hope you find yourselves in a rather comfortable spot. I'm writing this letter to inform you that the plans in Bleakbell Keep are accelerating, and within the next week we will perform the ritual with the children. We plan to, of course, pin this on the refugees, and as such, we will be accelerating our plans, so be mindful as travelers come up and down this road. Pick your targets wisely, but be back here within the next few nights. Signed, CF of Bleakbell Keep.
Okay.
What'd the professor say? Is he
This is
bringing me
not-
another ham sandwich?
No, sorry, this isn't from the professor. I want to cast Speak with the Undead on one of my other 2 corpses that I have with me.
Can you cast it on your own corpses?
They can tell me anything from their life and undeath. They are still them.
And I assume the
I'd
other one
imagine.
besides the mage.
I guess I'll. Well, they get the tag Undead Hordling, so I guess I'll leave that up to you if you think they can or not.
Maybe because it's not the thing is when the undead become your servants, they don't keep their personalities or anything, right?
They
You
have
are
no
keeping the
faces to
bodies,
talk.
but releasing the souls and replacing them with something else, right?
Okay.
You're animating these corpses. That's the only reason I'm iffy to say that after you animate a body, you should be allowed to just chat with it.
They have no faces to talk, you know. Wink, wink.
Well, yeah, one has a mush face and the other one has a
That's
blown
true.
open head. But
Yeah, they can't even talk.
the
Okay,
third,
okay, well,
the robed guy. Well, I guess you already asked your questions
yeah,
of
I
that
already
one.
asked, and
Yeah.
I can't do it again.
So I guess either way, yes,
I got
it
you.
doesn't matter.
All right, we'll move on from that then. Then I'm going to look to Elizabeth and be like, "It looks like we need to take a stop at the keep on our way by." And I hand Elizabeth the letter.
Elizabeth is caught up.
Leakbell Keep, was it?
Yes, I believe on the map that when I glanced at it, it was on the way to where we're going. Is there any other houses to check, or was it just one house?
There is a shed, but I'll just tell you, there's nothing else in there. You've got all the loot that you needed. You can tell this wasn't like, I mean, it was their hideout. There's like food and stuff, but nothing else like of value.
Is there any like curtain, like drapes or carpets or anything like material?
There are curtains if you need material.
I want to try and make like a cloak for my undead, and use the rope that I got from town to like tie it together. You know.
As in, you're giving each of them their own cloak, or you're just tying all three people together?
The mage already had a.
He
cloak.
has a robe. Yes.
Yeah. So I want to give each of the other two their own. So I like cut the rope. I don't know how long the rope is.
Yes. Mush face and missing head.
Oh yeah. One of them's missing a head.
Yeah, that's gonna be an interesting one to try and disguise.
How much rope do I have?
Enough for one use of like an adventuring gear worth of rope. So like, you've got a fair amount of rope coiled. I would say you could probably do this. You could your arts and crafts project. I think there's enough rope for you to accomplish. Although it's gonna remember it's rope, so it's gonna look more like monks at the end of the day.
That's fine.
Okay.
And I'll like place. Can I take his head and like kind of like tie it onto it so it kind of like fits the shape? Wait,
he didn't have a head was the issue. It blew up. Like Elizabeth destroyed all of it, gray matter, cranium, all of it's just all over the place outside.
Is there any any vases or
you'll find a vase. You find a vase. It's not quite the size of a head, and the shape is definitely wrong, but it'll work if you're just at a glance. It might pass.
All right, good enough. Now they're 3-hooded figures. Let's go.
For the mush face and missing head zombies, are they like fully like the cloak goes all the way around them?
Like
you
it's
can't
fully
even see
wrapped
their heads.
around.
So yeah, it definitely doesn't look normal, but it'll pass for the moment.
That's all I need. I just need them to look kind of suspicious for what I'm doing.
Okay. You have 3 awkwardly cloaked figures. Well, 2 awkwardly cloaked figures.
All right. Then I'm going to go outside and rejoin Nikolai.
The pothead zombie. Yeah, you go out and the party rejoins outside. Nikolai, your friends exit the home. Friends, in quotes.
But he's just
Hey.
standing near the donkey.
So we found some interesting stuff. Not really in the house necessarily, but we found a letter on the mage that was hurling fireballs earlier.
And
Yeah, there you go. It looks like we need to make a pit stop if you read that letter.
Elizabeth
He
hands
reads
the letter to Nikolai.
he reads this, and after finally having cooled off for a moment, he's angry again.
Angie.
And this is why we don't let people go. Well, I guess we're stopping there.
And I'll look
Good
over to
doggy.
Elizabeth and I'll go over and be like, even though you let them go, you looked awesome in that fight because I saw like the pyrotechnic and the fire and shit. I was like, you looked awesome.
Thanks, ZB.
Oh.
Just sounds like you're saying initials. Thanks, ZB. What up?
But I guess the question is, do we want to rest for a little bit after that intense fight, or go straight to the keep?
I think
To
you're the one that
inform
we
them.
have to ask.
I don't think we need healing, right?
I look over to Copse.
It's just a flesh wound. It'll rot off. I mean, heal.
Ew.
A piece of
And how long
Copse's
is that gonna take?
side just falls off.
Ugh.
Copse, I really think you should rest. I need to rest too.
Okay. I guess we'll. Do we want to set up a camp down the road a little bit more, or do we want to set up camp in one of these houses then?
Ooh, that's a tough call.
I'm looking more towards the two that actually need sleep and not just rest. If you want
Hey,
to.
I didn't get hurt at all in that exchange, so it's more so what do you two need who actually got injured in all this?
I don't think we should stay at the baddie's house in case anyone goody comes over and thinks we're the baddies.
Here, I believe there's a crossroads coming up soon. Outside the keep. How about we take a long rest there?
That's fine as long as we don't run into anybody else this time.
We should probably, take camp. So I think that the best course of action would be camp right there, but I don't know how I'm going to say that. So I won't. Crossroad it is.
All right.
That's
Alright.
fine.
Do we need to roll for our
Nah, you don't need to do it for the rest of the travel to there. You're just going a short distance. Yeah, before the sun sets, you make your way there, and you guys will set up to make camp for the night. And I'm gonna say, as you all get there, we'll call this session there. It's approaching
Heal.
midnight. Yep, you guys can take a long rest, and then we'll do some end of session stuff. And let me think, is there anything else I'm forgetting? I don't think so. I think it's fine. There's gotta be something. Yep, you and your awkward goons of zombies and everybody settles in to rest and relax. Make sure you release your defense holds and fire. And any other things can be reset for the next session.
I have
Lose
no
fuel.
clue.
So sad, so sad. Alright. Good luck, everybody. You survived the secret final BBEG. Just
I
wait
know
till
he's
he
gonna
comes
come
back
back to
for round
haunt
2.
us.
Yeah. He'll be back.
we let the boss
Motherfucker.
leave. We made a mistake. I could have took him.
I had him
Um,
in sight.
I believed in you.
I
He could have
don't.
taken him.
I don't know about that one, boss.
Listen, the undead were coming.
All right, let's do some end of session stuff. How's that sound to everybody?
All right.
Yeah.
All right. Let's start with group questions tonight. Sound good? Did we learn something new and important about the world?
We learned about the healers.
The healers of dissolution.
And the bandits keep over at Bleak Bell Keep.
No, that's not that their keep. They're planning an attack there, a ritual. But that is important. We did learn about a ritual taking place.
Or at least they were going to converge or convene over there.
Yep, you guys can all mark an XP for that. I agree.
And the
Did
Holy Knights
we
thing
overcome a notable
Kelly.
monster or enemy?
I don't think those guys are supposed to be notable, but
They were
that
basically
man
bosses.
was a boss.
I don't think we'll ever forget. Anyway.
I don't think I'd call them notable, but we'll rectify it next time. I'll make a notable enemy next time, I
I
swear.
don't know if I want
It's
to
gonna
put a
be that
notable
guy.
enemy.
He's gonna come back for us.
Sorry, I just have to write in my to-do bring a
My
notable
one-
enemy to the session.
My one side keeps hurting.
Did we loot a memorable treasure?
We got that letter. I don't know if I could call
Did
that
we get
memorable
any
treasure, but
healing for
that's-
the long rest?
Yeah, you fully heal.
Yeah,
Oh,
you
fully
fully.
heal?
Yeah, a long rest. You can have your health back.
I got 20 gold and a health potion.
I thought it was
Yeah,
30.
you know what? I'll give it to you for the letter. That is very important, and it seems like it's gonna really come into play next session. If you
Wait,
guys
I
are
thought it was
going to
30 gold.
Bleak Bell Keep, woo! Here's your as you set up at the crossroads. Here's your preview for the next session. Bleak Bell Keep.
Ooh.
So many undead possibilities.
I don't know about
Oh,
that.
no.
Undead swans.
Oh,
Uh,
I can do
God.
it.
Honestly,
Yeah.
why not?
Bleak Bell Keep should be a fun time. Just keep in mind, it literally is like there's a small town outside, and then it's a massive fortress. Like it is a big area. So just keep that in mind for next time. Back to end of session. That's all the group questions. Now we go to alignments. Let's start with Elizabeth. Did you make a sacrifice or take a risk to help someone in need? Arkent is typing. Nails.
No.
Help that bandit. They were in need. I would agree with that. You didn't really know like what they had done at that point, and
He also-
you could
he
tell
also-
they were willing to just walk away, and you gave them the benefit of the doubt. I'd give it to you for that.
He also tried to help and save Corpse.
Sure. Oops. It's Copse, not corpse.
Yeah, I say Corpse.
I laugh whenever you say it in this session, though. Help that man. Not
He
yet.
looks like
As
a
ZB,
zombie. Don't blame
Da-da-da-da-da.
ZB.
As
I guess he
ZB, it
is a
makes
corpse,
sense.
technically. Next up, Nikolai. Did you exact revenge for you or someone else?
No, I wanted to, but no.
I mean, you did kill some
I-
bandits.
You killed bandits. Would you not
I
consider that
did.
getting revenge for those who
He
fell before
punch
you?
one.
I guess I would,
It's up to you.
but I still
I mean,
have
if
an
you-
unsettled score.
If you, yeah, it's up to you. Do you think you did it with that, or do you think you want to do more? Just take it.
Okay.
Just take the XP. It's fine.
Yes, take it.
Just take it already. Let's
Take
see. The Lich, Copse. Did you slay the living just to utilize their corpses?
Damn right I did.
You
Do it
damn
again.
right he did. My god. Did you kill any of them?
Yeah. My
You're undead.
undead
Did. Yes,
did.
that's true.
Mhm.
That is very true.
As it knocked me on my ass
Raise
too.
undead ASAP. Fair enough. Mark an XP. And last but not least, our kindly little fairy. Your curiosity drive. Did you find fascination and imagine, or your mischievous or curiosity?
Curiosity.
Alright, I can't see.
So
this.
find fascination in
An imaginative, incorrect use in a mundane mortal item.
I was shot from a crossbow.
I'll give it to you.
You tried really hard for
That's fair. All right, now I'm glad I let you do it. All right,
That's why I was like, I have to do my drive. I keep
Fair enough.
passing all my skills.
mark a singular XP for that. Then we'll do bonds, and ZB, instead of writing yours, we're just gonna, well, we're gonna write yours now after all of this. But let's start with Elizabeth. Any bonds? No. All right. Nikolai, any bonds?
No, but I'm currently creating one for ZB.
All right, I forgot you still have the ring from Copse. I need to write
Yeah,
that
I do.
down. That's fun.
Yeah,
Copse,
that's why I said like I'm not gonna die here no matter what.
any bonds?
I made one for ZB at the start since I only had one slot left anyways, which was ZB understands who's in charge here, and I tried doing that in the thing, but I don't know if they understood it.
I don't
I
think
did.
ZB
I understood.
sees
I
anyone
understood
else
that.
in charge, though. Does ZB not believe that ZB is in charge?
I believe I'm in charge of the group, but not in charge of the zombies. Because I
I don't
realized
think
that I
that
made.
matters then, right? I think you have to believe that Copse is the one in
I
charge.
feel like
of the group.
I wish I had Nick and ZB change because I feel like it'd make more sense now.
Sure.
But it's fine.
Then
The other
we'll
ones, no.
leave that one for now. All right, ZB, we come to you for bonds now.
All right. So
pick-
far,
You're gonna make 2 bonds. You're gonna pick 2 of the other characters, and you're going to fill in their names on the.
the only thing is, it's hard. I can't. I know one of them, but the other 2, I don't know those yet.
You can also just write your own. You don't have
Yeah,
to.
you don't have to take these. You can write your own for 1 or 2, well, for up to 2 of the other characters. You shouldn't have a bond with every character, though. Just make sure you keep that in mind.
Oh,
Oh my god, you guys all have bonds? So cute.
I had 2 bonds and I made a 3rd for ZB.
Alright, I'll let you get away with it this time, kids. You can all have
I have one so far, and that's
pesky
that-
kids.
Boat has shared something special with me and shared rations, which to a Fae, if you ever give an item to a Fae or receive an
I did
item for
buy
a
you a
Fae,
bunch of rations.
usually they will so if you give an item to a Fae in a sense,
Yeah.
they would have to bring you an item that they think in their mind is equal value to it. So for them, a piece of gold could be like worth an apple to them,
Yeah.
While like a
Pretty
piece of
huge.
apple can be like who knows, like who knows, it could be like a magical staff that he thinks it's a stick or something like that, so whatever I feel like is like worth like in the time of that need, so I wanted the food, so I actually do owe Boat something. But the bond I made was Boat has shared something special with you, which was the rations,
You
and
mean
spent the 2 gold.
Nikolai!
Yep,
Nikolai.
Nikolai.
Okay,
I'm gonna call him Nick,
second
and
one.
then I'm gonna call
That's
Elizabeth
alright.
Ellie. I don't have a second one at the moment.
You can take your time to write them before the next session if you really want.
Alright.
I was just giving you
There's no
time.
XP for those, right?
There is if you finish a bond or advance a bond, you can earn an XP.
How do you
Um,
advance?
So by that I mean, so like if you were right, Boat has shared something special with you. So if you do feel like you officially repay that, right, you can mark that bond as resolved, and you both get an XP if you both
Okay.
agree that that bond is resolved in the future. But it's
Do I
just
get one
it's
for
just
the
you're
immediate bond,
just
or
supposed to
no?
give yourself something to work towards usually. You get nothing for the immediate bonds, not for
Okay,
forming
just
them.
wanna
It's
make
only when
sure.
you complete one or advance, because sometimes you find out you can't complete a bond or something has turned everything upside down, so you don't want to pursue that
As
anymore.
far as I know, for
You can
the
give
rest
up
of
on
group,
bonds and change them or advance them if you feel like you want to do more with them. Yeah. Only when you complete a bond does it.
yeah, the other
actually
ones are a
XP.
little bit odd, as you can read and see. But I'll
What's
try
going
to
on?
see. I'll try to see if anyone fills out those other ones.
I know what temps Copse, it's corpses.
Yeah, but I don't know that yet. I haven't been
I
seeing
think
him
you
go
could make
crazy.
a guess.
He
After
did
that.
grab as many corpses as he could as
I
they
But yeah,
fell.
could,
fair.
but then I can also so there's two things. It was not only like the corpses that I saw, that Lord Green had, but it's also, or at least, sorry, Copse. But also I saw that Elizabeth had like the crazy fire display. So I'm either thinking like illusion magic or just really powerful like fire attacks, very shiny in a sense. So I think I can try go for the bond of I know what tempts hopes. There we go, and then
And you can think
Is
on the
it-
last one. You don't have to write it right now.
Is it 9 XP for me to go level 3?
It's 7 plus, so 10x. No, for 2. Yeah, if you're level
Yeah.
2 right now, it's 9 XP.
I leveled up. I would be surprised if you did it.
I have 5 XP left over after leveling up.
God damn, dude.
Oh, Ramen, you should have reminded me, by the way. I could actually zoom in the chat function. I forgot to do that for her.
I made a bond for
Okay.
ZB.
da 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 da. I'm not leveled up. I'm not leveled up yet.
Well, we can take all those bonds and we can work with them next session. I think that just about does it. Yeah, if you have 7 plus your current level in XP, you level up. So if you hit 8 XP, you level up. And anything else rolls over into the next level. Make sure, Elemento, if you do level up, as a reminder, you can take one advanced move from the level 2 to 5 side, and you can up one of your large stat blocks by 1. And if that puts you over into the realm of having an additional plus or minus, you can change the lower value if that happens. Okay?
Gotcha.
All right.
Like my new spell. Oh, you can check after.
I still have no spells that actually do damage.
I added a new spell to my spell book.
Let me open Doc Hub. I just closed everybody's sheets finally so I could close out the stream. Crazy. Where are your spells in your spell book under?
Underneath bonds.
I guess that checks out. I don't know. Is that the wizard one?
Yeah. So I'm
I
level
just want
3.
to check something with the wording of that one. Oh boy, you're gonna kill your teammates by accident. But have
Oh
fun.
no.
Can't wait.
All right, that's the session. Hey, look, exactly 4 hours. GG. All right. Thanks for watching. Thanks for playing, guys. Next week, 8 o'clock EST, Tuesday. Be there, and hopefully we have everyone here again.
Whoop, whoop.
Woo woo! GG, everybody. GG.
Yay!
Now everyone can say bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
Wow.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
Who you say bye to?
Bye bye.